Chapter 1325. Both of their hands, one on the left and one on the right, were about to grab her at the same time. However, their hands were empty. Yunsheng had already retreated 3 to 4 feet away from the two of them. As a result, Duguxiu and Green's hands were awkwardly left hanging in the air. Just as Duguxiu was about to explode, he saw Yunsheng standing under the sunlight. Her eyes were flickering, and there was a faint smile on her face. At that moment, she was so beautiful that he couldn't bear to blink his eyes. Green was also surprised, but what surprised him was Duguxiu's reaction. Could it be that the vice-patriarch and Yunsheng were both men, and they both liked the same woman? Green instantly understood why Duguxiu would suddenly make things difficult for them. Hee, I'm sorry, vice-patriarch. This is my niece, Yunsheng. She has a mischievous nature and has disturbed the vice-patriarch and the young patriarch. Please don't take offense. Hu Qianqiu saw Duguxiu's eyes flickering with a strange light as he stared at Yunsheng. He secretly scolded Yunsheng for being a busybody in his heart and hurriedly went up to smooth things over. So Miss Yun is the niece of the Fox Patriarch. The Fox Patriarch has raised a good niece. Duguxiu intentionally emphasized the word good and curled his beautiful lips, revealing a smile on his face. A storm, because of Yunsheng's unintentional interruption, disappeared like smoke. However, anyone with a discerning eye could tell that there was a grudge between Duguxiu and Green. Duguxiu brought the 4 great beast races to the guest house where they were staying. The 7 great beast races are honored guests. Xiu has personally prepared a guest house for you on the most bustling street of Sky Harmony City. Duguxiu displayed the courtesy of a host and brought everyone forward. According to the order, Duguxiu brought the Beaming clan to the closest guest house of the Beaming clan. To the left of the Beaming clan was the guest house of the Peng clan, and to the right was the guest house of the Ba Serpent clan and the Green Hellwolf. Xiu heard that young Patriarch Green has a close relationship with the young Patriarch of the D clan, so he arranged for the guest houses of the 2 clans to be placed together. As Duguxiu spoke, he had already brought the 9-1 Old Clan leader and the others to 2 very imposing courtyards. The rest of the 6 major beast tribes had already been arranged, except for the Celestial Fox Pavilion. The leader of the Celestial Fox people, Qin Xiu, couldn't help but feel a little dissatisfied when he heard this. Could it be that Duguxiu was like the other beast tribes, looking down on them and planning to dismiss the Celestial Fox tribe? At the thought of this, the warriors of the Celestial Fox tribe looked dissatisfied. As for the Celestial Fox residents, it was originally arranged for a holiday, but a few days ago, the weather was dry, and the Celestial Fox residents suddenly caught fire. It's still under repair. Zio was momentarily unable to find a suitable spot. She then recalled that there were a few empty courtyards in Zio's residence. If you don't mind, you can stay in Xiu's residence for the next few days. Duguxiu said apologetically. So that was the case. The Celestial Fox tribe warriors instantly heaved a sigh of relief. Hearing Duguxiu's words, Hu Qianqiu's expression immediately turned bright. Of course, he was willing to get closer to this young and promising vice-tribe leader who might become the Black Qilin tribe in the future. Then I'll have to trouble vice-tribe leader. Hu Qianqiu had a satisfied expression. Stay with Duguxiu? He did it on purpose. Sky Harmony City was so big, and he couldn't even find a residence that could accommodate more than 10 people. Yunsheng was suspicious, but Duguxiu had only met her today, so there was no reason for him to be so well prepared. Hearing that Yunsheng was going to stay in Duguxiu's residence, Green was also somewhat dissatisfied. However, he was currently standing in the territory of the Black Qilin tribe. Even if he was dissatisfied, he couldn't flare up. He could only glare fiercely at Duguxiu and watch as Yunsheng and the people of the Celestial Fox tribe left. Green, what's going on between you and that vice tribe leader? The 9-1 Old Clan leader saw that Green's handsome face was about to freeze and couldn't help but feel strange. Grandfather, grandson also doesn't know. That vice tribe leader seems to have some relationship with Yunsheng. Green cared a lot about Yunsheng, and he could feel that Yunsheng was also repulsed by Duguxiu. Oh, it seems like that vice tribe leader also has some feelings for Yunlas. Since ancient times, heroes have a weakness for the charms of beautiful women. However, don't worry, even if that vice tribe leader has some feelings for Yunlas, he won't become your love rival. Because of the ancient curse, men and women of the Black Qilin tribe and the Celestial Fox tribe cannot be together. The 9-1 Old Clan leader was also experienced, and he could also see that his grandson was worried about Yun Sheng. The ancient curse between the Black Qilin and the Celestial Fox? Grandfather, what's going on? Green asked. Let's go in first. I'll tell you slowly. The Old Clan leader walked into the residence unhurriedly. After Dugu Xiu was promoted to vice tribe leader of the Black Qilin tribe, He Yao bestowed him with the Dugu residence, which was also a symbol of Dugu Xiu's identity. Dugu Xiu's nature was cold, and he rarely interacted with the people of the Black Qilin tribe. His Dugu residence had also never had guests stay overnight. This time, it was the first time he had invited the Celestial Fox tribe. After arranging for Yun Sheng to stay in the Dugu residence, he could face her every day in the future. When he thought that his scheme had succeeded, a rare smile appeared on Dugu Xiu's always cold face. Who knew that just as he arrived outside the residence, he saw a Qilin carriage parked outside the residence. That carriage was pulled by a black and white Qilin male and female. In the entire Black Qilin tribe, only He Linlin had one. What was that little witch doing in his residence? Although Dugu Xiu had joined the Black Qilin tribe, his relationship with He Linlin had not eased at all. In the past few years, the two of them had many conflicts in the tribe. Faintly, the Dugu Xiu faction and the He Linlin faction had already formed in the Black Qilin tribe. The debate about who would become the future tribe leader had never stopped. If it wasn't for He Yao, the two of them would have fought fiercely sooner or later. He didn't know why He Linlin came, but when Dugu Xiu thought of Yun Sheng behind him, he couldn't help but become nervous. He Linlin and Yun Sheng could be considered as mortal enemies. He Linlin had admired Yi Baiming for a long time, but Yi Baiming only had Yun Sheng in his heart for so many years. If He Linlin knew that Yun Sheng had also come to the 8 Desolate Continent and was in the Black Qilin tribe, she would probably use all means to kill Yun Sheng. No matter what, he couldn't let He Linlin see Yun Sheng at this time. Dugu Xiu thought in his heart, although Dugu Xiu knew that the two of them would meet sooner or later. With Yun Sheng's strength, she would definitely enter the core competition of the 8 Desolates tribe competition. As for He Linlin, she was already a seeded contestant of the Black Qilin tribe's core competition. However, now was not the time for the two of them to meet. After becoming a core contestant, the entire 8 Desolates continent would know Yun Sheng. At that time, it would be very difficult for He Linlin to make a move on Yun Sheng. Before the core competition, he couldn't let Yun Sheng meet that little witch. Clan Leader Fox, there are guests in the Xiu residence, so I won't be able to bring you to the side courtyard to rest. Xiu has already ordered people to arrange your accommodations. After Dugu Xiu said that, one of his personal attendants walked forward to lead the way. Chapter 1326. As long as they didn't meet in the Dugu residence, with He Linlin's personality, she definitely wouldn't go to the arena or the outskirts to watch. This way, the two girls wouldn't meet. After sending Hu Qianxiu and the rest off, Dugu Xiu strode towards the main hall. In the main hall, He Linlin was indeed waiting there. The tea in the cup beside her had already dried up. When the servant beside her wanted to add more water, she was fiercely reprimanded by her. Scram, where did that brat Dugu Xiu go? How long does he want this young patriarch to wait? Compared to a few years ago, He Linlin's appearance had become more beautiful. However, her temper was still the same as before, arrogant and unreasonable. He Linlin, if you're not willing to wait, then scram. The Dugu residence isn't a place for you to behave atrociously. Dugu Xiu walked into the hall. He waved his hand, and the servant beside him hurriedly retreated. He Linlin sized up Dugu Xiu. Seeing his refreshed expression, he seemed to be in a good mood. Dugu Xiu, do you think I'm willing to look for you? If not for the beast god altar suddenly coming, I wouldn't even bother to come to your broken place. Seeing Dugu Xiu's icy cold face, He Linlin was angry. Beast God Altar, what are they here for? To watch the competition or to participate? When Duguxiu heard about the Beast God Altar, he had a curious expression. As the #1 beast tribe among the Bakra orcs, the Black Cheelan tribe was a unique existence among the 8 great beast tribes. Only the Beast God Altar of the Bang tribe was above the Black Cheelan tribe. The high priest of the Beast God Altar was said to be a taboo, even for He Yao. In the previous Bang tribe competition, the Beast God Altar didn't come to watch. This time, there must be something special. How would I know? Father is still in seclusion. From the looks of the Beast God Altar, they should be arriving in half a month. Counting the days, the arena and challenge competition should have ended by then. They should be here to participate in the core competition. When He Linlin mentioned the Beast God Altar, she had a taboo. He Yao was in seclusion and handed over the tribe's affairs to Duguxiu and He Linlin. Although the two of them didn't like each other, the Bang tribe competition was very important, and the two could only temporarily put aside their grudges. Are you here for the challenger competition and the core competition? Very well. I also want to see how powerful the Beast God Altar is. Duguxiu's purpose in coming to the 8 Desolates continent was to strengthen himself. The Black Cheelan tribe could be considered the strongest tribe on the continent. The only thing that could contend against it was the Beast God Altar. It's up to you. Father has asked us to take first place in this competition. As for the rest, you can kill them or cut them up, but I can't be bothered. Duguxiu, I heard that you let the people of the Celestial Fox tribe live in your mansion. As soon as He Linlin arrived at the Duga mansion, she saw that the maids and servants inside were busy. She casually stopped one of them and asked. Only then did she know that Duguxiu had made such an arrangement. He Linlin still felt that it was a bit strange. With Duguxiu's cold personality, why would he allow someone from the Celestial Fox tribe to live here? The Duga mansion is my territory. I don't think it's up to you to decide who I want to settle down. Duguxiu's thick eyebrows furrowed, a look of displeasure on his face. Who has the time to care about you? However, don't forget that the Black Cheelan tribe is a high-ranking beast tribe. It's a disgrace to have dealings with a low-ranking beast tribe like the Celestial Fox tribe. No, perhaps after the Bahuang tribe competition this time, the Celestial Fox tribe will be disqualified from the Bakra orcs, so you'd better open your eyes wide and not bring shame to the Black Cheelan tribe. He Linlin's face was full of pride as she walked out without looking back. The people of the Celestial Fox tribe, who were already in the side courtyard, were completely unaware of the dispute in the main hall. Miss Yin, this room is your guest room. Please take a look and see if you're satisfied with it. Duguxiu's personal guard settled everyone down separately. When it was Yun Sheng's turn, she was given a luxurious room with beautiful decorations. How did you arrange it? Why are only Yun Sheng and the tribe leader's guest room single? Yu Sheng was arranged to stay with Lu Yunshuang. When she saw Yun Sheng's room, she was instantly furious. Hu Qinxiu was the tribe leader. It was one thing for him to have his own room, but why were the others given double rooms and only Yun Sheng given a single room? Moreover, Yun Sheng's room was arranged in the south of the courtyard, where the sunlight and location were the best. This was arranged by the deputy tribe leader. I don't know. The guard also looked helpless. Speaking of which, the deputy tribe leader had changed his personality this time. The rooms that the people of the Celestial Fox tribe stayed in this time were all arranged by the deputy tribe leader. Especially Yun Sheng's room, the courtyard next to hers, was the deputy tribe leader's residence. Earlier, when Duguxiu made this arrangement, the servants in the mansion had a heated discussion for a while. The moment Yun Sheng entered, she realized that this room was exactly the same as her residence in Duguxiu's Crown Prince Mansion back then. The bad memories of her time in later Qin suddenly came rushing back. Yu Sheng, since you like to stay in a single room so much, I'll let you have it. Baby and I will stay in the same room. Yin Sheng pursed her lips. This Yu Sheng was really petty. She wanted to fight for everything. Staying in Duguxiu's mansion made her feel uncomfortable no matter where she stayed. Yu Sheng thought that Yun Sheng was afraid of her, so she did not stand on ceremony and immediately occupied Yun Sheng's room. After the two of them had finished packing their luggage, Yin Sheng suggested that they take a walk around Sky Harmony City. Yin Sheng, are you old friends with the deputy tribe leader of the Black Qilin clan? Lu Yinshuang could not help but ask as soon as they left Dugu Mansion. Lu Yinshuang also noticed that there seemed to be something strange between Yun Sheng and the deputy tribe leader. To be honest, the deputy tribe leader of the Black Qilin clan looked quite popular. He was the type that women liked. However, Yin Sheng did not seem to be interested in him at all. She even seemed to loathe him. We do have some friendship, but it's not what you think. Yin Sheng did not have the time to explain the messy past between her and Dugu Xiu to Lu Yinshuang. In the mansion, after Dugu Xiu sent He Linlin away, he could not wait to look for Yin Sheng. He had deliberately arranged for the two of them to stay in separate rooms. They were only separated by a wall. When he reached the door, Dugu Xiu hesitated again. Deputy tribe leader, why are you here? As she spoke, Yu Shang walked out of the room. When she saw Dugu Xiu, Yu Shang looked a little surprised. I should be the one asking you that. Why are you in Yin Shang's room? Dugu Xiu's expression was icy. Could it be that you're here to look for Yin Shang? Yu Shang glanced at Dugu Xiu. When she thought of the exquisite furnishings in the room, she immediately understood what was going on. I didn't expect that Yin Shang, that woman who looks as pure as ice and jade, to be a womanizer. Even the ice-cold deputy patriarch was bewitched by her. Deputy tribe leader, to tell you the truth, she and young tribe leader Lu are engaged. Woman, stop trying to drive a wedge between us. You have no right to interfere in the matters between me and her. Dugu Xiu flicked his sleeves and walked out. Another stinky man who's been bewitched by that bitch. Yu Shang was furious and slammed the door hard. The fox was coming, and then there would be heavenly lightning and earthly fire. Chapter 13:27. In Skyong City, Yun Sheng and Lu Yinshuang had only taken a few steps after leaving the Dugu Mansion. Yin Sheng, Miss Lu, what a coincidence. I was just about to look for you, both of you. They saw Lu walking over. Young clan leader Lu, what a coincidence. Lu Yinshuang suppressed her laughter. Judging from Lu's expression, it was obvious that he had been waiting outside the mansion for a long time. Lu Yinshuang's amused gaze made Lu Yinshuang feel awkward. Where are the three of you going? Before Lu could speak, a cold voice came from behind them. Dugu Xiu walked over. The atmosphere suddenly turned cold. After Dugu Xiu sent He Linlin away, he immediately went to the backyard to look for Yin Sheng. However, when he arrived at the residence he had specially arranged for Yin Sheng, he found that the person living there was not Yin Sheng, but Yu Shang. Dugu Xiu was displeased and stormed out of the door to look for Yin Sheng. He did not expect to bump into Lu again. Now, the four of them were in a four-sided formation. Dugu Xiu and Lu glared at each other. Lu Yinshuang could smell the tension in the air. Deputy clan leader, the three of us would like to take a look around the city. I heard that there are many famous sites in the capital of Skyong this time. Why don't you take us for a walk around the city? Lu Yinshuang saw that the two of them were like fighting cocks the moment they met. She was afraid that they would start fighting, so she quickly found a topic to change. That's right. I heard that there's a new competition format for the clan competition this time. Why don't you introduce it to us, deputy clan leader? Lu did not want to lose his composure in front of Yin Sheng and walked to her right. Seeing this, Dugu Xiu also took a step forward and occupied Yin Sheng's left. Lu Yinshuang stood at the side, feeling very awkward. She could only walk to Lu's side helplessly. The four of them walked together. The handsome man and the beautiful woman immediately attracted countless gazes. Especially in Skyong City, many people recognized Dugu Xiu's identity. The Black Qilin tribe was open-minded. Many women even threw flirtatious glances at Dugu Xiu on the street. Dugu Xiu's handsome face was cold, and he couldn't be bothered with him. A noblewoman from the Black Qilin tribe walked over. When she saw Dugu Xiu, her eyes suddenly lit up. Vice clan leader. The woman was very bold and took the initiative to strike up a conversation. Dugu Xiu didn't have any special impression of the woman in front of him, so he just nodded perfunctorily. I'm the Li family's Li Liqing who is representing the Black Qilin tribe to participate in the competition. Last time, during the selection competition within the tribe, The vice chief even praised my whip technique for being quite good. The woman clearly had a good impression of Dugashio. However, it was a pity that Dugashio didn't even look at her. He just left her where she was and left. Who were the two women beside the vice-patriarch? Especially the one in white. Li Liqing's background was not ordinary. Her father was one of the elders of the Black Qilin tribe. Her strength had also reached the martial emperor level. In the Black Qilin tribe, apart from He Linlin, she could be considered as the #1 figure. When she first met Dugashio, she fell in love with the wild and unfeeling Dugashio. Unfortunately, he never looked at her. Dugashio had always been indifferent to the women in the tribe. However, just now, he was extremely protective of the white-clothed woman who walked with him. Even an idiot could tell that the vice-patriarch treated that woman differently. Moreover, that white-clothed woman had a fairy-like appearance. Even the #1 beauty of the Black Qilin tribe, He Linlin, couldn't compare to her. Miss, I've asked around. Just now, among the 2 women and 1 man, that handsome man is the Nineluan tribe's young clan leader. As for the 2 women, they are both contestants from the Celestial Fox tribe. Moreover, the people from the Celestial Fox tribe are all living in the vice-patriarch's residence. In a short while, Li Liqing's subordinate found out the information. Celestial Fox? So it's only some lowly foxy women. The men in their own tribe are useless, and they actually dare to come to the Black Qilin tribe to provoke the vice-patriarch. Jealousy faintly flickered on Li Liqing's face. Miss, do you want me to send someone? That subordinate made a throat-slitting action. This woman, Li Liqing, looked beautiful on the outside, but her heart was very vicious. She relied on her father's power and got rid of many eyesores in Sky Harmony City. Fool, you dare to cause trouble under the vice-patriarch's nose? Are you tired of living? Li Liqing's eyes flickered. But miss, are we just going to sit and watch those foxy women from the Celestial Fox tribe flirt around in the city? That subordinate stared at the backs of Yun Sheng and the others with covetous eyes. One couldn't help but say that the women from the Celestial Fox tribe were really seductive. If he could obtain such a woman from the Celestial Fox tribe, he would be willing to die. There's no need for us to do anything for this matter. Have you forgotten that the Bahuang tribe's arena competition will be held in 3 days? The Celestial Fox tribe is a lower beast tribe, and there are many other beast tribes who want to kill the members of the Celestial Fox tribe. Come over and spend some money. After Li Liqing whispered a few words, her subordinate nodded his head and immediately went to make the arrangements. Yun Sheng and the others passed through the main streets of the city, and in front of them was a spacious public square. This was a location where the Bahuang tribe's competition would be held. At this moment, the public square was already filled with people. Other than the Bakra orcs, who could directly register through their tribe's representatives, the other beast tribes had to register through the Sky Harmony City's registration point. Therefore, at this moment, in the public square, there were many beast tribes from all over the world, as well as some beastmen from other tribes, all gathered together to register for the Bahuang tribe's competition. After all, the Bahuang tribe's competition was the grandest competition in the entire 8 Desolates continent. If one could obtain victory in the competition, it would be equivalent to making a name for oneself. It was a pity that, to most of the beast tribes, it was very difficult to snatch the top 10 spots from the Bakra orcs. What awaited them was more death and serious injuries that they would never be able to recover from. As Yin Sheng had never participated in the Bahuang tribe's competition before, she was completely unaware of the competition's rules. This year's Bahuang tribe's competition is different from the previous year's competition. The previous year's competition was divided into the preliminary round, the official round, and the final round. This year's Bahuang tribe's competition uses the never-before-used single elimination round, the challenge round, and the core round. Those 2 sky-connecting arenas are the arenas for this year's single elimination round and challenge round. As if he could see Yun Sheng's confusion, Dugashio started to explain. After he finished speaking, he even brought the 3 of them to the 2 circular arenas in front of them. Beside the arenas, there were a few guards from the Black Qilin tribe. When they saw Dugashio, their faces were filled with respect. The 2 arenas were built with bamboo, and the arenas were about 50 meters in size. This year's arena defenders are the Celestial Fox Tribe and the Boss Serpent Tribe. 3 days later, you will accept challenges from other beast tribes on these two arenas. The single elimination round will last for 10 days. If you succeed in defending the arena, the two tribes will be able to enter the challenge round. However, if you fail in defending the arena, you will lose your status as Bakra orcs. After Duguxiu finished speaking, he looked meaningfully at Yunsheng. Chapter 1328. Duguxiu looked at Yunsheng. Naturally, he didn't doubt Yunsheng's ability to defend the arena. On the contrary, he believed that with Yunsheng's strength and intelligence, it wouldn't be a problem for her to defend the arena for a day. However, to win the arena, it wasn't something that could be done by 1 or 2 or 3 people. It had to be done by the combined efforts of all 10 contestants. A single elimination tournament? So that was the case. No wonder that old man Hu Qinxiu would suggest that the first step of the Ba Huang clan competition was to defend the qualifications of the Ba Huang Beast clan. It seemed that they were required to successfully defend the arena in the first 10 days. The Celestial Fox Tribe and the Boss Serpent Tribe were both lower-ranked beasts. This year, it was unknown if the Black Qilin Tribe did it on purpose, but they actually suggested a new competition format, the arena. The arena would last for 10 days. Every day, the two tribes would send out a different contestant to defend the arena. The Guardian of the Ring would be challenged by other beasts. The number of challengers per day would not exceed 10. As long as one of them could defeat the Guardian of that day, it would be considered a success, and vice versa. In other words, if the Celestial Fox Tribe wanted to win, they had to be able to defend the arena for at least 5 days. Yunsheng, I believe that you won't have any problems. Green looked at Yunsheng encouragingly. Luckily, the other Bakra orcs won't challenge the arena. Otherwise, I wouldn't dare to guarantee it. Yunsheng muttered. She still had to discuss this matter with Hu Qinxiu and the other Celestial Fox contestants. Duguxiu then introduced some matters related to the Ba Huang tribe competition. At the end, he suddenly mentioned another matter. This year's Ba Huang clan competition is somewhat different from the previous years. In another half a month's time, the people from the Beast God Altar will arrive in Sky Harmony City. Their goal should be the core competition. Duguxiu's words caused Green to be extremely astonished. Green didn't have any news about this matter. The 9 Phoenix Tribe's Patriarch, he didn't know anything about it. It's about time. Deputy Patriarch, young Patriarch, let's return to the residence first. Yunsheng looked around and didn't find anything. She couldn't help but feel a little resentful. She came to the square to check because she considered that Yi Baiming might have known about the Ba Huang tribe competition. With his current identity in the Ba Huang continent, if he wanted to participate in the Ba Huang tribe competition, he could only participate through the identity of other beasts. There were only 3 days until the Ba Huang tribe competition. He still hadn't appeared. Tizkadiske, Miss Li, are you talking about that woman just now? Those beasts looked very dirty. They were all holding portraits in their hands. The S and Lu's Yititses is just an hour ago. The daughter of Elder Li, a descendant of a famous family in Sky Harmony City, could not send out a secret order. The secret order clearly stated that as long as someone could defeat the 2 women from the Celestial Fox Tribe in the upcoming competition, and ultimately defeat the Celestial Fox Tribe and make them lose their position as Bakra orcs, they would receive 10,000 taels of purple gold and a recommendation letter to join the Black Qilin Tribe. To these beasts who had been wandering outside all year round and didn't have a tribe, 10,000 taels of purple gold was no small temptation. That recommendation letter was the most tempting. With the recommendation letter, they could become a member of the Black Qilin Tribe. At that time, as a member of the strongest tribe in the continent, they could do whatever they wanted in the Ba Huang continent. That's right. Look at that nose and those eyes. As expected of the women from the Celestial Fox Tribe. They're so beautiful that they don't even look human. What a pity. If these 2 delicate beauties fall from the sky-piercing bamboos arena, the beasts still had some tender feelings for the fair sex. When they thought of the Celestial Fox Tribe, they associated them with frail and coquettish women. They had no idea what kind of murderous intent their wishful thinking would bring them. Deputy Tribe Leader, thank you for your hospitality today. After returning to the Duga mansion, Yun Sheng and Lu Yunshuang had just entered the courtyard when Yun Sheng began to chase them away. Miss Lu, Xiao has something to discuss with Miss Yin. Duga Xiao had wanted to talk to Yun Sheng in private since just now. However, due to Lu Yunshuang and Lu's presence, he glared coldly at Yun Sheng. Even with Lu Yunshuang's cold personality, she was forced to leave by Dugu Xiao's forceful words. Yun Sheng, how dare you reject my good intentions time and time again? Last time, when we were in the ancient seal, you actually dared to pretend to be dead? Dugu Xiao stretched out his long arms and pressed his palms against the wall, locking Yun Sheng between his arms. Dugu Xiao had already learned from Hu Linglong that he and Yun Sheng had a brief encounter when they were in the 8 desolate mountain range. That time, in the ancient seal, the 6-tailed celestial fox he saw dead was Yun Sheng. No wonder his heart throbbed so much at that time. When he thought of how Yun Sheng was unwilling to ask him for help even if she pretended to be dead, Dugu Xiao felt a wave of depression in his heart. His cold lips were only millimeters away from Yun Sheng's earlobe. His voice hovered in Yun Sheng's ear. When he felt the warmth coming from Yun Sheng's body, the anger in his heart disappeared involuntarily. Dugu Xiao stared at Yun Sheng almost greedily. Her long eyelashes and plump, cherry-like lips were right in front of him. Their current posture was very ambiguous. The guards and maidservants at the side were so frightened that they all closed their eyes. They did not even dare to breathe loudly. Strange, why was this tigress so quiet today? While Dugu Xiao was enjoying Yun Sheng's rare docility, he suddenly felt that something was wrong. However, in the next second, Dugu Xiao frowned. As if he had been electrocuted, he felt a hidden threat behind his head. A strong gust of wind from a sickle came at the back of Dugu Xiao's head. In order to dodge, Dugu Xiao had no choice but to retreat. You stinky, red-haired monster. You actually dare to harass a married woman. A pink figure rushed out of the house like a whirlwind. Popo stretched out her hand, and the divine sickle flew back into her hand. For Popo's safety, Yunxing asked her to go out as little as possible these days. She must stay in the room. Popo was suffocated to death. Fortunately, Master said that if she heard anything interesting outside, she would tell Popo immediately. Popo was bored in the house for a long time. Finally, Master came back. Who would have thought that the damned red-hair monster would actually block Master's way? Seeing Popo pouting her small mouth and putting her hands on her waist, Dugu Xiao was about to get angry. But then he thought about it again. Why did he feel that Popo's voice and posture were so familiar? His eyelids twitched. Are you that egg? The most troublesome thing that Dugu Xiao encountered in his life, besides Yun Sheng, was Yun Sheng's egg. That egg almost overturned the entire Later Qin Imperial Palace. Yes, it's me. With Bobo around, no one would want to take advantage of their beloved master. Our master's whole body, from head to toe, is Yi Baiming. Popo's posture was like a mother hen protecting her chicks. Big Fuzi saw everyone's suggestions. During the process of a new book and old book exchange, she vomited blood and ground her claws. Chapter 1329. Bobo and Yi Baiming had a close brotherly relationship. Although Yi Baiming wasn't here now, his brother's wife couldn't be bullied. Besides, Master also hated this eccentric, red-haired monster. With Bobo's loud voice shouting, the other celestial fox living in the courtyard all walked out. Dugu Xiao's face was full of anger as he protected Yun Sheng with Bobo, making the other celestial fox puzzled. Looking at Yun Sheng's calm face and Bobo's shrewish look, the scene was a little awkward and funny. Vice Clan Leader, this is? Hu Qianxiu walked out and looked at Dugu Xiao's expression, which was even weirder. Nothing. Xiao is just concerned about whether everyone is comfortable or not. It's just a misunderstanding. Dugu Xiao was practically gritting his teeth as he explained. With that eyesore Bobo around, he didn't have a chance to get close to Yun Sheng. If looks could kill, Bobo would have already been chopped into pieces by Dugu Xiao. Dugu Xiao was extremely depressed and left in a huff. Yun Sheng, what did you do to offend the vice clan leader? Hu Qinxiu had finally built a good relationship with this young vice clan leader and wasn't willing to let everything be ruined by Yin Shang. Clan leader, I didn't do anything. If you have the time to reprimand me, why don't you care about the arena competition 3 days later? If we don't plan it, I'm afraid you'll lose the precious opportunity to become a middle-level beast. Yin Shang patted Bobo's shoulder approvingly. With a cold face, she told Hu Qinxiu and the others about the arena competition she saw in the public square during the day, as well as the grand registration. 10 days of arena competition? Accept the challenge from the other continent's beast clans? This was clearly the first time the Celestial Fox contestants had heard of this matter. As expected, once the matter of the arena competition was mentioned, Hu Qinxiu no longer had the heart to think about how to curry favor with Duge Xiu. Right now, he only had one thought, and that was how to ensure that the Celestial Fox tribe successfully defended their position. Those people underestimated our Celestial Fox tribe. Did they really think that there was no one left in our Celestial Fox tribe? It's just an arena. We can easily defend it. The young Celestial Fox warriors hadn't realized the seriousness of the situation. Shut up. What you're going to face are the other beasts of the 8 wastelands. Among them, there's no lack of vicious beasts like the 3 Pung demons. Which one of you dares to say that you can win against 10 opponents in a day? Hu Qinxiu was slightly lacking in confidence. Patriarch, I am confident that I can defend the arena successfully, but the others might not be so. If you are not confident, I can defend the arena alone for 10 days, sneered Yushang. Yushang, what do you mean? Are you looking down on us? The other Celestial Fox warriors were annoyed. This woman clearly wanted to be in the limelight. Even if she succeeded in defending the arena, others would still say that the Celestial Fox tribe had no one left and could only rely on a woman to defend the arena. I would be very happy to let Miss Yushang do it for me. Unfortunately, the rules of the arena competition state that a different person must compete every day. In other words, all 10 of us must compete in the arena within 10 days. Patriarch, you know our strength best. For the sake of fairness, you should decide the order of our performance first. Yin Sheng wasn't particularly familiar with the strength of the people present. She only knew that she, Lu Yunshuang, and Yu Shang could all pass the arena competition with 100% certainty. Hu Qinxiu was also well aware of this. Yu Shang will defend the arena on the first day of the competition. Hu Qinxiu glanced at Yu Shang. Hu Qinxiu chose Yu Shang for a reason. Yu Shang's appearance was outstanding, and she was a celestial fox with 7 tails. She had both strength and appearance. If she were to take charge of the arena on the first day, she would be able to attract the attention of the audience and intimidate the opponents. Hu Qinxiu's arrangement was not bad. The first to compete would undoubtedly receive the most attention. When Yu Shang heard this, she was very satisfied. Hu Qinxiu selected 2 more contestants to be in charge of the next few days of the competition. Lu Yunshuang, you will be in charge of defending the arena on the 5th day. Yun Sheng, you will be in charge of the 6th day of the competition. Hu Qinxiu looked at Lu Yunshuang and Yun Sheng. Patriarch, this is a little inappropriate. The competition in the middle days should be the most relaxed. Yin Sheng should be on the last day. Lu Yunshuang was a little dissatisfied when she heard this. Everyone knew that in the 10-day arena competition, the first and last days were the most important. Everyone understood the importance of the first day. It was to attract attention and intimidate the opponents. The last day was the key. If there were any mishaps in the competition, they would be able to turn the tide on the last day. Patriarch, you want to decide the winner on the first 6 days? Yin Sheng understood the meaning behind Hu Qinxiu's words. That's right. This time, we are aiming for the middle-tier orcs. Defending the arena won't take up too much time. I request that you all win all your matches in the first 6 days and directly enter the competition. Hu Qinxiu looked at Yun Sheng with some approval. In this way, the 6th day of Yun Sheng's battle would be equivalent to the last day. Everyone thought that the Celestial Fox tribe was weak and useless, but this time, Hu Qinxiu was full of confidence. Not only did he want to win, but he wanted to win beautifully. He wanted to make those who looked down on the Celestial Fox tribe shocked. Just as Yun Sheng and the rest were carefully planning, the other low-tier Bakra Orcs tribe, the Boss Serpent tribe, had arrived in Sky Harmony City. They had also found out about the new competition this time. Damned Black Cheelan tribe. They are obviously trying to make our Ba Serpent tribe look bad. Hearing about the new competition this year, the Ba Serpent tribe's patriarch, Qi Zhanfeng, had a face full of displeasure. Father, could it be that Dugu Xiu secretly did something? Qi Bai's elder brother, Qi Mu Wan, was also one of the contestants. He had only found out half a year ago that Dugu Xiu had become the vice patriarch of the Black Cheelan tribe. Qi Mu Wan had always believed that his sister's death had something to do with Dugu Xiu. It shouldn't be. After all, we are not the only low-tier orc tribe. I've heard that the Celestial Fox tribe has already arrived before us. This time, Hu Qinxiu is leading the team. I've heard that there are two rarely seen seven-tailed Celestial Fox in his team, Qi Zhanfeng muttered. So what if it's a seven-tailed Celestial Fox? That's just a method used by the Celestial Fox tribe to boost their morale. They were just two sluts with no reputation. How capable could they be? Father, don't worry. In this competition, we will definitely suppress the Celestial Fox tribe. Our goal this time is not just a simple competition, Qi Mu Guan said with a face full of conceit. Don't underestimate the Celestial Fox tribe. Hu Qinxiu, that old fellow, has been hiding for so many years. He must have come prepared this year. For the sake of safety, find the others. We must fight steadily and surely and defend these 10 days of the arena competition. Qi Zhanfeng thought for a moment and chose a different method from Hu Qinxiu's. It was a safe method to defend the arena. Chapter 1330. In the next few days, as per Hu Qinxiu's instructions, Yun Sheng and the others did not cause any more trouble. They cultivated on their own in Dugu Mansion. Ever since Dugu Xiu had been humiliated by Bobo that day, he had not come a look for Yun Sheng. She did not know if it was because he was busy with the family competition. 3 days passed in the blink of an eye. The other major beast clans of the Bakra Orcs also arrived in the last few days. Early in the morning, everyone from the Celestial Fox tribe was ready to set off. After repeated pleas, Bobo finally obtained Yun Sheng's permission to disguise herself as a Celestial Fox half-beast human maidservant. Before they entered the square, they saw that the two arenas were already surrounded by people. The people from the Ba Serpent tribe were also waiting beside the arenas. Long time no see, clan leader Fox. It looks like you came prepared this time. Qi Zhanfeng saw Hu Qinxiu and walked forward with a fake smile. You too, clan leader Qi, look at the Ba Serpent warriors behind you. They're all good fighters. Hu Qinxiu and Qi Zhanfeng exchanged pleasantries. Ba Serpent and Celestial Fox could be considered brothers in distress. The other major beast clans were still recuperating, but they had to defend the arenas for 10 consecutive days. However, this was also abiding by the iron rule of survival in the 8 desolate continent. The strong would prosper, and the weak would perish. However, in Qi Zhanfeng's eyes, Ba Serpent was still stronger than Celestial Fox. Just looking at the camps of the two clans, there were only 3 men in the Celestial Fox tribe and 3 female warriors in the Ba Serpent tribe. When the men from the Ba Serpent tribe saw the delicate female warriors of the Celestial Fox tribe, they all wore mocking expressions. This attracted the angry glares of the Celestial Fox warriors. I don't seem to see anyone from the other beast clans. Lu Yinshuang scanned her surroundings. She saw some unknown beasts from the mainland. There were werewolves, tiger-lion people, falcons, mermen, and elephant men. In their eyes, Celestial Fox and Ba Serpent are inferior beasts. Naturally, they wouldn't bother to watch the battle between Celestial Fox and Ba Serpent. Yun Sheng had a look of understanding. Yun Sheng's words were indeed the general thoughts of the other beast clans. In the eyes of the other 6 beast clans, the challenge competition and the core competition that would be held in 10 days was the real Ba Huang clan competition. As for Celestial Fox and Ba Serpent, whether or not they would lose their qualifications to be Bakra Orcs was not important to them. At this moment, the crowd suddenly parted as Green and Purple walked over. The two of them had come alone and did not bring any of their clansmen or attendants. However, the two of them had an innate air of nobility that caused the beasts to automatically move aside. Green, what's so interesting about the battle arena? Why don't you just rest in the other pavilion for a few days? Purple was still complaining. Due to clan affairs, Purple had only arrived yesterday. Before he could finish his preparations, Green had hurriedly come knocking on his door early in the morning. When he asked, Green had actually said that he was here to watch the battle arena. Purple did not know if his good friend had lost his mind or something. Since when did inferior beasts like Celestial Fox and Boss Serpent attract Green's attention? It was not until Green had passed through the crowd and hurried to Yun Sheng's side that Purple sensed that something was amiss. Purple had always been a person with high standards. He had never had any special impression of a woman's appearance. He could no longer remember Yun Sheng's face, but when he saw Yun Sheng for the first time, Purple could not help but be stunned. A woman of the Celestial Fox people? The Celestial Fox tribe had always been famous for their handsome men and beautiful women. The warriors that Hu Qinxiu had brought out this time were all outstanding in appearance and strength. However, even among the 10 of them, Yun Sheng was still like a clear spring, standing out from the crowd. Purple, this is Yun Sheng, the saintess of the Celestial Fox tribe. Green used a gentle tone that Purple had never heard of before to introduce Yun Sheng. So, coming to watch the battle arena was fake. Coming to watch a woman was the real reason. Purple's face was filled with realization. He seemed to have some impression that the 9 Phoenix tribe leader and the Celestial Fox tribe leader had some messy marriage contract. It was said that Green had to marry the saintess of the Celestial Fox tribe leader. He remembered that when Green had first heard the news, he was still shouting that he would rather die than marry a woman like Hu Linglong. Who would have thought that Hu Linglong would not become a saintess? But this Yun Sheng would suddenly rise up. The appearance of Green and Purple gave the people of the Boss Serpent tribe pressure. Why would the 2 upper beast tribes of the Bakra Orcs suddenly stand in the Celestial Fox tribe's camp? From the looks of it, they were obviously supporting the Celestial Fox tribe. Not only that, after a while, the young tribe leader of the Behemoth tribe, Rita, and the second elder of the Black Shilin tribe also came over. After Rita arrived, she nodded towards Yun Sheng. She secretly glanced at Purple, only to see that Purple was sizing up the 2 bamboo towers battle arena and did not notice her arrival. Rita could not help but feel a little dejected as she retreated to the side. The second elder of the Black Shilin tribe came. He was much older than Hu Qinxiu and Qi Zhanfeng, and seemed to be a person of virtue and prestige. Thank you for your trouble, second elder. Hu Qinxiu and Qi Zhanfeng were both very courteous. 2 tribe leaders, 1 hour has passed, and the battle arena is about to begin. May I request both sides to send out the first day's battle arena. The right side will be the Celestial Fox's battle arena, and the left side will be the Boss Serpent's battle arena. After the second elder finished speaking, 2 streaks of dazzling light shot out from the 2 battle arenas. Within the dazzling light, there was a huge green python coiling around, and on the other side, there was a lifelike Celestial Fox. Chi Muguan, Ba Serpent Tribe. The Ba Serpent Tribe's first day's battle arena defender was their young tribe leader. Chi Muguan had fought with Yun Sheng before, and his strength was not bad. With a roar, he shot up the battle arena like a rocket. With a stomp, the entire battle arena shook, and his momentum was not small. Yu Shang, Celestial Fox Tribe. The way Yu Shang went up the battle arena was completely different from Chi Muguan's. With a stride of her long legs, as if she was dancing, she gracefully stood on the battle arena. Yu Shang was also a 1 in a million beauty. Her figure was enchanting, and her charming eyes were filled with affection, causing the audience below the battle arena to howl incessantly. In an instant, most of the audience was attracted to Yu Shang's side. On the other hand, the Boss Serpent side was much colder, and their popularity was immediately divided. This was also the reason why Hu Qinxiu chose Yu Shang to go up first. Tribe leader who is still the same as before, liking to play tricks. However, a vase is still a vase. Handing over the first day of the competition to such a vixen Aren't you afraid that you won't succeed? Qi Zhanfeng snorted when he saw this. Qi Zhanfeng had also heard that in the Celestial Fox's generation, only Hu Ling Long could be considered presentable. The previous Sanus was a piece of trash, and the new Sanus was said to have been selected for half a year, but no one was chosen. Tribe leader Qi, whether it's a vase or a weapon, we'll see as we go. Hu Qianxiu had a face full of scheming. When the Celestial Fox and Ba Serpent's battle arena defenders went up the battle arena, Yu Shang and Qi Muwan suddenly felt a slight tremor beneath their feet. They couldn't help but be surprised. Looking down, they discovered that the battle arena beneath their feet was actually slowly growing. Chapter 1331. Seeing that the arena was actually growing taller on its own, the spectators also exclaimed in surprise. The originally still bamboo stage was growing at a speed visible to the naked eye. Taking a closer look, it was the bamboo below the stage. Those bamboos looked like they had been built into bamboo buildings, but in actual fact, they were living bamboos that were deeply rooted into the ground. Once a person went up, the bamboos would start growing by themselves. This is Hu Qianxiu and Qi Zhanfeng did not expect that there was such a secret hidden under the stage. Two tribe heads, this old man forgot to say, these two stages are not ordinary stages, but the sky connecting stage. The Black Qilan tribe's second elder said calmly. The stage itself was nothing special, but the bamboos used to build the stage had a special reason. This type of bamboo was called the sky connecting bamboo. It was a very special demonic plant that only grew in the central plains of the Black Qilan tribe. The Central Plains was the territory of the giant race thousands of years ago. The sky-connecting bamboo there was also cultivated by the giants. The bamboo was extremely tough and could be casually used to build buildings and was not afraid of water or fire. But after being modified by the Black Qilan tribe, the growth of the sky-connecting bamboo was even more shocking. Once the pressure on the sky-connecting bamboo exceeded a certain weight, it would start growing rapidly. Within a day, it could grow to a height of 100 meters. The moment the second elder finished his explanation, the entire place was in an uproar. The beasts on and off the stage all had different reactions. This kind of stage, other than being used to host the arena competition, Green, Purple, and the rest who were not interested in the arena competition also took a few more glances of the two stages. Just as the second elder was speaking, the stage had already grown by 5 to 6 meters. It could grow to a height of 100 meters in a day, then in 10 days, it would grow to a height of 1,000 meters. 1,000 meters high stage, the astral winds were fierce. Even experts who could stand in the air would not be able to fight freely for a long period of time. If they were not careful and fell down, they would be smashed into pieces. This arrangement by the Black Qilan tribe, in an instant, increased the difficulty of the competition and the death rate by quite a bit. When the two patriarchs heard this, they secretly cursed in their hearts. The Black Qilan tribe clearly wished for the world to be in chaos. These participating warriors were all the elites of their respective tribes. If any of them died, it would be a huge loss. Fortunately, it's my first day of defending the arena. Otherwise, being blown by the astral winds for an entire day at a height of several hundred to 1,000 meters would not be a pleasant feeling. Yu Shang and Qi Muwan both thought to themselves. In order to make it easier for everyone to watch, a magic array has been installed in the arena. Everyone can watch the competition through the two magic screens on the ground. According to the rules of the arena, the person whose body touches the ground first loses. Each arena could only challenge a maximum of 10 people a day. Let the single elimination tournament begin. As soon as the second elder finished speaking, two magic screens suddenly appeared on the northern and southern ends of the plaza, like a waterfall. The scene in the arena was as clear as day. The Ba Huang tribe competition, which symbolized the competition between the true experts of the Ba Huang continent, had officially begun. Miss, I think you're pretty. Why don't I defeat you, and you'll come home with me and become my wife? With a roar of laughter, a boorish-looking man leaped onto the arena and stood in front of Yushang. He was a warrior from the Bormen tribe. He was at least 40 to 50 years old, but he was a head shorter than Yushang. The moment he stepped onto the arena, the entire arena trembled a few times. That middle-aged warrior had been unable to find a wife because of his poor appearance. Today, when he came to participate in the Ba Huang tribe competition and saw Yushang's beauty, he immediately lost his mind. His lust was aroused, and he actually spoke arrogantly and jumped onto the arena. Haha, kid, this is the Ba Huang tribe competition's single elimination tournament, not a martial arts competition to find a spouse. However, if you can defeat that woman, tie her hands and feet up, and bring her home, she'll be your wife. I say, ugly guy, why don't you come to the arena once a day in the future and take all the female warriors of the Celestial Fox tribe home as your wives? Below the arena, there were hoots and whistles, one after another. Yushang gritted her teeth, and a blush appeared on her face. This blush was not because she was shy, but because she was angry. Big beauty, don't be angry. Although I'm ugly, I'm very gentle. Don't worry, I won't be heavy-handed. If I hurt you, my heart will ache. The boar man scratched his head with a lecherous look. If you want me to marry you, let's see if you have the luck to do so, Yushang said sarcastically. The people of the Boorman tribe have rough skin and thick flesh, and their strength is astonishing. Tribe leader Hu, your luck isn't very good. Qi Zhanfeng gloated from his side. However, Hu Qianqiu's expression was calm, and his face was indifferent. Suddenly, Yushang twisted her slender waist, and her arm that was even more translucent than white jade suddenly shot out like lightning. 2 fingers strangely crushed the boar man's throat. Her attack was clean and efficient, without the slightest hint of fear. The moment her fingers crushed the boar man's throat, she slapped her palm toward the boar man's head. There was a loud smack, like an explosion of fireworks. The boar man's head exploded, and his blood splattered all over the ground. The headless boar man's corpse fell from the arena, and everyone's eyes reddened at the sight. Yushang's attack and withdrawal of her hand only lasted for a moment, but there was still a charming smile on her lips. Tribe leader Qi, it looks like you're overthinking things. Never underestimate a beautiful woman. The more beautiful a woman is, the more vicious and merciless she is, Hu Qianqiu said slowly. Yushang's attack silenced the onlookers. That woman who looked like she had no strength to truss up a chicken actually killed a powerful orc with just a raise of her hand. Those stupid men. Do they really think Yushang is as harmless as she looks? The saying the stinger of a wasp refers to people like Yushang. Bobo pouted. But it's a good thing she's on our side. If she was from another camp, I'm afraid it would be troublesome. Lu Yinchuang felt a chill in her heart as she watched. Yushang's strength seemed to have increased significantly since she was at the 8 Desolate Mountain Range. As far as Lu Yinchuang knew, Yinsheng was probably the only person who could match Yushang's cultivation speed. These 2 people really had heaven-defying cultivation speeds. That's right. At least we won't meet her in the arena. However, I heard that most of the contestants will be eliminated during the challenge round, including those from the same tribe. In the end, only 10 people can enter the competition. In other words, we'll still meet her in the end, Yun Sheng analyzed from the side. Lu Yinchuang could not help but fall silent when she heard this. A comrade in one moment could become an enemy in the next. This was the 8 Desolate Tribe competition. Not far from the square, Dugu Xiu and a guard were watching the arena from afar. Everyone's attention was on the arena. Only Dugu Xiu's gaze fell on the slim figure below the arena. Let's go. Since it was not Yun Sheng's arena, he was not in the mood to watch. Chapter 1332. After the first battle ended, a few more people went up to the arena to challenge Yushang, and Qi Muguan one after another. After a few rounds of battles, the arena rose higher and higher. However, each time, Yushang would kill the challengers in less than 15 minutes. But compared to before, no one dared to challenge Yushang anymore. The other beast clans knew that Yushang was not to be trifled with. After a day of competition, the Bashi tribe and Celestial Fox tribe successfully defended their stage. The Bakra orcs were the top beast clans in the 8 Desolates mainland. Even the two lowest-ranked beast clans had a much deeper foundation than the other beast clans. On Yushang's side, there were 10 corpses left on the stage. The corpses were piled up like a small mountain. It was a visual impact. On the other hand, Chimuwan only killed 2 and injured 8. The Bashi tribe's method of defending their stage could be considered as a gentle breeze and drizzle. Because of this, Yushang was given the title of Jade Azura after the competition. She attracted a lot of attention, which made the father and son of the Qi clan very depressed. Fox clan leader, you are indeed astute. However, I don't know if you will be as lucky in the next few days as you were on the first day, Qi Zhanfeng said sourly. Qi Zhanfeng had no choice but to admit that Yushang was very strong. Even if Qi Muwan fought with her directly, he might not be able to gain much of an advantage. Could it be that Yushang was the new holy maiden chosen by that old fellow, Hu Qianqiu? However, Qi Zhanfeng also thought that other than Yushang, the others were not that strong. He did not believe that Hu Qianqiu would be able to send out people like Yushang every day in the next few days. Rest assured, clan leader Qi, I will not disappoint you in the next few days, Hu Qianqiu said proudly. Hu Qianqiu also knew that the warriors in the next few days would not be as strong as Yushang. However, Yushang's recent performance was shocking. The deterrence she caused would last for a few days. In the next few days, there would not be so many arrogant people who would dare to challenge the Celestial Fox tribe. As dusk approached, Hu Qianqiu brought a group of Celestial Fox warriors and left. Damn it, I don't know where Hu Qianqiu found such a young expert. If this continues, I'm afraid our Ba-Shi tribe's limelight will be stolen. Qi Zhanfeng had a face full of dissatisfaction. Father, don't worry. I've just heard some news. Qi Muwan whispered into Qi Zhanfeng's ear. Oh, was that true? The people of the Celestial Fox tribe are really troublesome. They dare to cause trouble in other people's territory. So in a few days, there will be a good show. After hearing the news, Qi Zhanfeng's worry disappeared. Other than Qi Zhanfeng, the seemingly peaceful first day of the competition was actually filled with undercurrents. Within a luxurious residence within the Sky Harmony City, Li Liqing's subordinates had already spent some money to obtain first-hand information on the rules of the competition from the personal attendant of the Second Elder. The Celestial Fox tribe and the Ba Serpent tribe had already reported the order of appearance for the next 9 days. Lu Yunshuang and Yun Sheng. These two women are ranked 5th and 6th respectively. From the looks of their matches, the two of them should be just average. Tell the beast clans on the mainland to hold back for the next few days. When the two women are defending the arena, treat them well. Li Liqing smiled coldly. After the opening match on the first day, the next few days of competition were much more peaceful, just as Hu Qianqiu had expected. Perhaps it was because of Yushang's earlier intimidation, but for the next few days, the Celestial Fox tribe challengers were all weaklings. On the 4th day, the Celestial Fox tribe had already won 4 consecutive matches. As for the Ba Serpent tribe, they were not so lucky. On the 4th day, the Ba Serpent warrior who was defending the arena was defeated. The Ba Serpent tribe had already lost a match. This made the expressions of the chief father and son turn even uglier. As long as we win 2 more matches, the Celestial Fox tribe will be able to win the competition with a perfect record. Lu Yunshuang, Yun Sheng, the two of you have great responsibilities. You must not be careless tomorrow and the day after. Hu Qianqiu instructed the two of them solemnly. That night, Yun Sheng performed acupuncture on Lu Yunshuang. Yunshuang, I've temporarily removed a few hidden needles from your body. However, due to the temporary removal of the hidden needles, the time needed to change your body constitution will be extended by another 2 years. Yun Sheng performed acupuncture on Lu Yunshuang at her request. In terms of true strength, Lu Yunshuang was far from Yun Sheng and Yushang. Her weapon to defeat her opponents was her ice-cold body constitution. For the sake of this competition, she decided to temporarily give up on changing her body constitution. The competition concerns the safety of my tribe. It's only a year. I can afford to wait, Lu Yunshuang said calmly. On the 5th day, it was Lu Yunshuang's turn to defend the ring. As soon as she arrived at the square, Yun Sheng frowned. The square did not look any different from the previous few days. However, upon closer inspection, one would realize that the people in the square today were much stronger than they were a few days ago. In particular, the few Beast Clan warriors who were pacing back and forth below the Celestial Fox Ring were no small matter. What was going on? Master, something doesn't seem right. My ears were sharp just now, and I think I heard someone saying something, "Bitch, it's the two of them," the one with the surname Liu. Bobo was following beside Yun Sheng at this moment. Her instincts told her that something was amiss. Something seems fishy. Come with me. Bobo, Yun Sheng, and Bobo silently moved to the side of one of the warriors, one on the left and one on the right. While Yun Sheng was observing, Liu Yunchuang had already entered the ring. Everyone was looking at the ring. Taking advantage of this gap, no one noticed that a warrior in the crowd had suddenly fainted and was quietly taken away by someone. The warrior fell to the ground with a thud. When he opened his eyes, he saw two dazzlingly beautiful faces. However, both of their faces were filled with danger at this moment. "You, what do you want?" Before the Beast Clan warrior could speak, he was beaten up by Bobo. After the beating, Bobo found two portraits on his body. Actually drew Master so ugly. Bobo looked at the portraits and rolled her eyes. She went up and kicked the Beast Clan warrior a few more times. Yun Sheng, on the other hand, stared at the rewards below the two paintings with interest. A reward from the Black Qilin tribe? How did she not know when she had offended the nobles of the Black Qilin tribe? "Master, should we remind Sister Liu or hand this reward over to the higher-ups of the Black Qilin tribe?" Bobo asked worriedly. "There's no need. If they want to come, let them come. However, the other party is underestimating Yin Shuang too much." Yun Sheng smiled and looked at the Celestial Fox Ring leisurely. Chapter 1333. What did Master mean? Bobo and the bruised beast man on the ground all followed Yun Sheng's line of sight and looked at the arena. While Yun Sheng and Bobo were interrogating each other, a dramatic scene took place in the arena. Today was the 5th day of the challenge. The arena had risen to a height of more than 400 meters, but with the magic screen on the ground, the people below the arena could clearly see what was happening in the arena. Not long after the first challenger went up, before the crowd could react, a figure fell from above. To be precise, it was an ice sculpture. Falling from a height of 400 meters, even a rock would explode, let alone an ice sculpture. Before the beast warrior who was the first to challenge Liu Yunchuang could react, he felt Liu Yunchuang's touch, and his entire body was instantly frozen. Whoosh! The warrior in the arena was frozen into an ice sculpture. When he crashed to the ground, he was instantly smashed to pieces. Apart from the people of the Celestial Fox tribe, the other beast tribes and the Boss Serpent clan were all shocked. Liu Yunchuang's freezing effect seemed to be even more powerful than before. Yushang watched from below the arena and could not help but be secretly amazed. Yushang had seen Liu Yunchuang fight before. She remembered that although her freezing effect was very powerful, it would only freeze parts of the person's body temporarily. It would take about 15 minutes for the person to be completely frozen. However, today, Liu Yunchuang had only made one move and her opponent was instantly frozen. This effect was truly shocking. Yushang did not know that this was because Yun Sheng had deliberately strengthened the frost energy in Liu Yunchuang's body when she was performing acupuncture on her. This would not only allow Liu Yunchuang to improve her strength in the next few days of the competition, but it would also allow her to suffer less when she improved her body constitution in the future. However, the other beast tribes, including Hu Qinxiu, did not know about these twists and turns. They only saw a living person frozen in ice. Ice Fox. She's actually a member of the rare Ice Fox tribe. The second elder of the Black Qilin tribe was very knowledgeable and could not help but exclaim. When the people around him heard the words, Ice Fox, they all sucked in a cold breath. Anyone who was touched by a purebred Ice Fox would be instantly frozen. No one dared to take the risk to challenge an Ice Fox. For a moment, the crowd on the Celestial Fox tribe side of the arena quickly moved away. Even those who had received Li Liqing's bounty to challenge Lu Yunshuang and Yunsheng had retreated. What a joke! Even a challenge had a bottom line. If he was frozen into an iceman, no matter how much money he had, he wouldn't be able to enjoy life after becoming a member of the Black Qilin tribe. The Celestial Fox tribe's arena was closed, so the crowd naturally moved towards the Bash tribe's arena. Second Elder, this is too unfair. Qi Zhanfeng and his son looked at the eager crowd, as well as the Boss Serpent arena that was filled to the brim with people. Then, they looked at the Celestial Fox tribe's side and saw that no one came up to challenge them. This, Patriarch Qi, there's nothing we can do about it, unless you find someone with the Ice Fox physique as well. Second Elder's expression was one of helplessness. The two major tribes' arenas were placed there, and it was up to the challengers themselves to decide which side to challenge. Even if he was an elder of the Black Qilin tribe, he had no right to interfere. The Ice Fox physique was 1 in 100. Where would the Bash tribe find someone with such a physique? On the 5th day, there was only one challenger in the Celestial Fox tribe's arena, and that person was turned into an ice sculpture in the end. As for the Bash tribe, they were not so lucky. As dusk approached, a mysterious masked person killed the Bash tribe's arena guard on the spot and took over the Bash tribe's arena. Qi Zhanfeng and his son's expressions were ugly. The 5th day ended, and more than half of the 10 days of arena matches had passed. The Celestial Fox tribe had won all 5 matches, while the Bash tribe had already lost 2. We just need to win tomorrow's match, and we'll be able to enter the challenge competition. Hu Qinqiu's face was flushed with success, and he deliberately spoke loudly in front of Qi Zhanfeng. The latter was so angry that smoke was about to rise from the top of his head. The Celestial Fox tribe, who the outside world had previously thought to be weaker, was having an unusually smooth time. This result greatly shocked the other major beast tribes in the city. Useless. All of you are useless cowards. In the Li Mansion, Li Liqing flew into a rage when she heard the results of the competition. Miss, this was also an accident. No one knew that Lu Yunshuang would be an ice fox. Li Liqing's subordinates also had ugly expressions on their faces. The Celestial Fox tribe has already won 5 matches. Tomorrow, it'll be that Vixen Yunsheng's turn. This time, we have to win no matter what. I don't believe that the Celestial Fox tribe can find 2 ice foxes at once. Li Liqing decided that she would personally go to the plaza to watch the arena matches tomorrow morning. In a tea house in the city, an unfamiliar man wearing a mask sat in a secluded room. If Qi Zhanfeng and his son saw this man, they would definitely be shocked. This was because this man was the one who had defeated the Boss Serpent tribe today. The man took off his mask. He was Boss Pengyu. Boss Pengyu was deep in thought. Just a few days ago, when Yunsheng was preparing to leave Wu's city, she called for Boss Pengyu. Boss Pengyu, do you want to clear your name and take revenge for the years you've been homeless? Do you want to ruin the reputation of the Peng clan? Yunsheng's words stunned Boss Pengyu. He had always known that the master he followed was fearless, but he did not expect that she would set her sights on the Peng clan. Yes, I do. I've been dreaming about it. Please enlighten me, master, Boss Pengyu asked impatiently. It's very simple. With your current skills, you could be considered one of the top experts in the Peng clan. Other than tribe leader Pengyu, there aren't many who can do anything to you. I'll also assign Queen Night Demon to you. You can set off and head to Tianyong City to participate in the Bahuang clan competition, Yunsheng said confidently. Queen Night Demon was now a peak king level magical beast. Her strength was comparable to Boss Pengyu's. Boss Pengyu had also found a few other experts. Out of caution and testing Boss Pengyu, Yunsheng did not send any more helpers. However, if Boss Pengyu's group of people worked together, they would be a force that could not be underestimated in the Bahuang clan competition. Out of caution, Boss Pengyu and the others observed for a few days before taking action. Within 3 days, they had obtained 2 victories. In the next few days, they would take turns to fight according to Yunsheng's plan. Qi Zhanfeng and the others only knew that they had lost 2 matches. However, they did not know that they had lost to the same group of people. The true challenge of the Boss Serpent tribe was yet to come. Chapter 1334. With a creak, the door was pushed open, and Bo, dressed in pink, rushed in like a small whirlwind. Boss Featherrock, you fought beautifully today. That man from the Boss Serpent tribe didn't even have time to react before he was killed by you. You didn't see the ugly expressions of the Boss Serpent tribe's chief and his son. When Bo saw Boss Featherrock, her face lit up with excitement. Her left hand executed a black tiger steals the heart, while her right leg executed a total annihilation. Lady Bo, why are you alone? In order to settle down in Sky Harmony City, Boss Featherrock had secretly bought this tea house a few days ago. This was also the secret meeting place between him and Yunsheng. Although Boss Featherrock didn't know Bo's identity, he knew that the relationship between Bo and his master was even better than that of sisters. Furthermore, Bo's skills were very strange, and she wasn't someone to be trifled with. It's all because of that old fox Hu Qianxiu. For the sake of tomorrow's competition, he held my dear master back. Master told me to inform you that everything will go according to plan. Bo said, blinking her pink eyes. Boss Featherrock, I saw you guys fighting one by one, and it was quite fun. My heart is itching. Why don't you let me participate in tomorrow's competition? Bo had followed Yunsheng to Sky Harmony City. For her safety, Yunsheng had told her to behave properly. Bo had been well-behaved for a few days, but during these few days, watching the competition made her blood boil. More importantly, she had seen how the Boss Serpent tribe's chief and his son had mocked and ridiculed her master. She had long since hated them. Bo planned to personally participate in the competition. That won't do. Lady Bo, your body is priceless. How can you participate in a competition that will hurt your muscles and bones? Besides, I've already arranged for an expert to participate in tomorrow's competition. Boss Featherrock jumped in fright. What a joke. He didn't dare to let this little devil go up on stage. So what? I'll learn from you. Once I wear a mask, everything will be fine. If I can't do it tomorrow, I'll do it the day after tomorrow. There's always a chance. Bo said as she put on the mask. She waved her hand impatiently. It's settled then. I want to compete too. It wasn't until late at night that Yunsheng finally got away from Hu Qianxiu. I wonder if Bo is back yet. With Boss Peng Yu's strength, the next few days of competition shouldn't be too much of a problem. But for some reason, there is an inexplicable sense of irritation in my heart. This time, Yunsheng had come to the capital of Tianyong to defend the position of the Celestial Fox tribe. She also had another plan that Hu Qianxiu and the other Beast Clan chiefs had never thought of, and that was to change the structure of the Bakra orcs that had existed for thousands of years. Yunsheng raised her head and looked at the starry sky. Night Fox, why haven't you appeared yet? What happened? Yunsheng sighed and walked into the room. Under the same starry sky, in the depths of the beast god altar, drops of water dripped from the ice-cold pool. The man who was born for the night looked up at the starry sky. Yunsheng, I'm here to find you. A faint voice echoed in the spacious hall. High Priest, are you really going to let this kid represent the beast god altar in the Ba Huang tribe competition in a few days? That kid is ultimately from the boundless world. What if he has the heart to betray us? The petty second priest was still rambling on. He is the most suitable candidate, the high priest said in a deep voice. In front of them, there was a wave of energy fluctuation. Yi Baiming, who had been in seclusion for close to half a year, appeared before the high priest and the rest. The second priest was stunned. After half a year of seclusion, he thought that Yi Baiming's strength would increase by leaps and bounds. But looking at him today, this kid didn't have the slightest bit of energy fluctuation. At this moment, Yi Baiming was like a lake without any ripples. His gaze was deep, and there wasn't the slightest bit of magic fluctuation or dou qi flowing around him. There were only two possibilities for such a realm. One was that he was wearing a special magic item that concealed his energy fluctuation. The other possibility was that, could it be that he has already reached the realm of nihility? The second priest seemed to have suddenly thought of something as he lost his voice in shock. In the boundless world, Those who were publicly recognized as experts were those who could swallow mountains and rivers, carry mountains on their shoulders, and use super restrictive spells. But in the Ba Huang continent, there was another saying. Regardless of whether it was a magician or a warrior, the highest level of cultivation wasn't to have a powerful aura, nor was it to make people feel intimidated. A true, peerless expert, after reaching a certain level of cultivation, would comprehend nihility. Just like the current Yi Baiming, he was so calm that it was almost impossible for people to detect his aura. But this kind of Yi Baiming was the scariest. The Ba Huang tribe competition has already begun. It's time for us to set off. If we're lucky, we might be able to make it in time for the challenge to warm up. The first priest wasn't too surprised by Yi Baiming's change. He was looking forward to seeing Yi Baiming's performance in this Ba Huang tribe competition. On the 6th day of the arena competition, the second elder of the Black Qilin tribe had just arrived at the square. Why are they here too? The second elder's expression changed slightly when he saw the few people on the square. Perhaps it was because of the appearance of the Ice Fox in the Celestial Fox tribe. In today's arena competition, other than the ordinary participating orc warriors, the people from the other Ba Huang tribes who hadn't appeared before also appeared. Li Pa and Li Ta of the Beaming tribe, the old chief of the Nine Wan tribe, the young chief of the Green tribe, the young chief of the D tribe, the young chief of the Purple tribe, Peng Wanli, and the young chief of the Silver Rock tribe. Other than the Black Qilin and the Green Hell Wolf, everyone from the Bakra orcs could be said to be here. The second elder couldn't help but be a little suspicious. Since when were these upper-level orcs and middle-level orcs interested in the lower-level Celestial Fox and Ba Serpent? Deputy Chief, you're here too? What surprised the second elder even more was that the Deputy Chief, who rarely participated in such public affairs, was actually here. I can take a look on the way. Dugu Xiao nodded and walked to the side with his attendant. He looked no different from the ordinary audience. Li Liqing, who had also disappeared into the crowd, saw Dugu Xiao, and her expression became even gloomier. It seemed that the woman the deputy chief liked was that woman called Yun Sheng. Regardless of whether that woman was the Ice Fox or some other means, she had to kill that woman today. Hour is almost up. Let's invite the Ba Serpent and Celestial Fox tribes defenders to come up to the stage. As soon as the second elder finished speaking, a burly bald man walked out of the Ba Serpent tribe. As for the Celestial Fox tribe, Yun Sheng walked out unhurriedly. Behind the two of them was the arena that had already risen to 500 meters. Chapter 1335. I am Songwu. After the man from the Ba Serpent tribe finished speaking, he exerted strength in his legs and leaped up. Like an arrow, he rushed towards the stage. I am Yun Sheng. Yun Sheng was not in a hurry. Miss, are you also an Ice Fox? Second elder had yesterday's experience and could not help but ask. I'm only a half-beast human, not an Ice Fox. Yun Sheng's reply made many people in the crowd sigh in relief. Half-beast human? Half-beast humans, regardless of whether it was cultivation talent or resources, were much less than pure breeds. Everyone knew that the 6th day of the competition was very important to the Celestial Fox tribe. If they won and successfully defended their position, the Celestial Fox tribe will be able to retain their status as a lower-level beast race. If it was any other tribe leader, they would definitely send the tribe leader's experts. However, why did the Celestial Fox tribe only send a half-beast human in such an important Ba Huang tribe competition? Or could it be that after the Celestial Fox tribe sent out experts like Yushang and Ice Fox, they did not have any more experts in their tribe? Useless thing. You can't even deal with a half-beast human. When Peng Wanli heard that Yun Sheng was only a half-beast human, he fiercely reprimanded Yin Peng. Grandfather, this woman is very strong. She is also very cunning. Last time, she ambushed me. Yin Peng argued. He was not as skilled as others and could only do his best to discredit Yun Sheng. Ambush. This woman was indeed Celestial Fox. She was very cunning. Rita, are you sure that this woman has terrifying strength? Tribe leader Li Pa also had a face full of doubt. Mother, I saw it with my own eyes. Her strength is definitely not lower than Yushang's. I am sure that she will be one of our strongest competitors in the upcoming competition. Rita said with certainty. She had asked Lipa to watch the competition today because of this reason. In the eyes of Rita and a few others, they already knew that Celestial Fox's defense of the ring was a success. Ignoring the doubts in the eyes of the second elder and the others, Yunsheng's magic wings flapped slightly, and she landed on the arena like a dancing butterfly. Just as the two of them stepped onto the arena, someone from the Boss Serpent Arena had already issued a challenge. On the other side, Yunsheng stood in the ring, her white clothes fluttering in the wind. Whoever kills this woman will be rewarded with 30,000 purple gold coins. Those who are severely injured will be rewarded with 20,000 purple gold coins. Those who are knocked off the stage will be rewarded with 10,000 purple gold coins. I'll reward the first one to kill him with an extra 5,000 purple coins. Li Liqing looked covetously at Yunsheng in the arena, then looked at the deputy clan leader not far away, who was staring at the arena without blinking. She immediately gave the order to double the reward. With a generous reward, there would definitely be brave men. Li Liqing's bounty quietly spread, and the crowd subconsciously moved towards Celestial Fox's arena. Compared with yesterday, the situation in the arena today was completely different. Why do I feel that there are more people all of a sudden? Du Guxiu's eyes were sharp, and he keenly sensed that something was wrong. Ta-ta! A figure rushed straight to Celestial Fox's arena. The first one to stand on Celestial Fox's arena was a tall, thin man with a hooked nose. His limbs were particularly slender, his skin was pale, and his slender eyes were full of evil light. Bloodthirsty Leopard Clan, He-Chin, I'm here to ask for advice. The man's voice was very sharp. When he walked, he was also somewhat bashful. Another damn transvestite. Yunsheng looked at He-Chin's appearance and cursed in her heart. He-Chin was an anomaly in the Leopard Clan. He only liked men. When he was young, his sweetheart had fallen in love with a young and beautiful woman, so he tortured both of them to death. He also dug out their brains and swallowed them. The woman in front of him was not an ice fox. She looked very weak, but she was worth 35,000 purple coins. When he thought that the woman's body would be torn to pieces and her brain would be swallowed, He-Chin felt an indescribable excitement. I haven't eaten a fresh woman's brain for a long time. Woman, it's your blessing to be able to enter my stomach. He-Chin licked his lips in an extremely perverted manner and made a salivating action at Yunsheng. You're called He-Chin, right? Do you have acrophobia? As if she had not heard He-Chin's words at all, Yunsheng's voice was like a spring breeze, and her face was warm. She asked a question that made He-Chin completely confused. Is this woman stupid? He-Chin subconsciously looked behind him. The Tontian fighting ring, which was more than 500 meters high, had reached a terrible height. Under the ring, the crowd of onlookers was as dense as ants. The cotton-like clouds floated around the ring, which made this terrible fighting ring like a fairyland, a little more unreal and a little less bloody. Look at you. I'm afraid you don't know? Then just have a try. A voice that was a little softer than the clouds in the air drilled into He-Chin's mind. Get down. He was just about to reprimand her, but suddenly he found that there was a pair of golden eyes in his mind. His knees suddenly softened, and he could not stop his body from falling down the ring. No, what's going on? He-Chin wanted to resist, but his consciousness was completely submerged. Ah! A shrill scream followed He-Chin's body and fell down from the sky. He-Chin didn't know that he was really afraid of heights until the moment of his death. The ground was bloody red. The white brain stem and blood made people's stomachs churn. What's going on here? Because the ring was already high in the sky, the onlookers on the ground couldn't hear the words of Yunsheng and He-Chin. Through the magic screen, they saw that it seemed that He-Chin staggered and suddenly fell down. Moreover, he didn't use his Do-Chi to protect his body, nor did he release his Do-Chi wings. His body directly hit the ground and smashed into pieces. It was as if he had been blown by a strong gust of wind in the sky and had accidentally fallen down. He-Chin could be the first one to challenge on the ring because he was notorious for his vicious means. How could such a person be so careless? After He-Chin, Another person rushed to the ring under the temptation of a lot of money. But after a few minutes on the ring, the man suddenly turned around strangely and jumped down from the ring as if he was committing suicide. With He Qin as an example, everyone stared at the magic screen of the celestial fox ring. This time, they saw clearly that the challenger suddenly jumped down after Yun Sheng said a word. That woman is too strange. She seemed to have said something. Looking at the shape of her mouth, she seemed to have said, "Get down." Just a word made a person jump down from the celestial fox ring, which was hundreds of meters high. This was too fantastic. Chapter 1336. That woman must have used some sorcery. Sorcery is not allowed in the Ba Huang clan competition. Disqualify that woman. Li Qing shouted from the crowd. That's right. It must be some sorcery. Otherwise, why would the two contestants fall from the stage for no reason? These warriors who came to participate in the Ba Huang clan competition could face powerful Do skills and use heaven-defying magic. However, only the sorcery was terrifying. Although the celestial fox was weak, there was a time when the celestial fox's sorcery was famous in the entire continent. Even the Black Chelan tribe had to retreat. How could this be? The second elder of the Black Chelan tribe, who had seen all kinds of competitions, had a few drops of cold sweat on his forehead. Haha, second elder. Yun Sheng did not use sorcery. She is only proficient in the corpse puppet technique of our celestial fox tribe. That is also the famous technique of the first celestial fox people, Long Hu Yen. When Hu Qianxiu saw the situation, he was also a little surprised. But very quickly, a pleased expression appeared on his face. Only the corpse puppet technique could control a person's heart and soul. This Yun Sheng is indeed cunning. Yesterday, I told her that she must be sure of victory. She actually thought of using the corpse puppet technique. Indeed, the Ba Huang clan competition did not have the authority to restrict the celestial fox's inheritance or the unique techniques of the various tribes. Since it is the inheritance of the celestial fox, there is nothing to say. The competition continues. Dugu Xiu's cold voice was transmitted over at the right time. The second elder could only nod his head. Her corpse puppet technique was actually that strong? Yu Shang was shocked. She had also learned the corpse puppet technique. However, she was not confident that she could make someone commit suicide with just a sentence. How did that woman do it? Yu Shang, Hu Qianxiu, and the others naturally did not know that Yun Sheng did not only use the corpse puppet technique. She had combined the Shun Nong Eye, Golden Puppet Eye, and corpse puppet technique. That was why she could make someone commit suicide in an instant. This was also because the two contestants earlier were not on guard, which allowed Yun Sheng to pick up the mess. However, if she met someone like Yushang who was also proficient in the corpse puppet technique, at most, it could only make her temporarily confused for a while. Although there were only two of them, it still had a very good deterrent effect. In the hearts of the challengers, Yun Sheng had already changed from a weak half-orc to a demoness in an instant. After a long while, no one went up on stage. Looks like I have nothing to do today. Yun Sheng's face was relaxed and contented. Suddenly, she heard a cracking sound coming from the arena beside her. Ba Shi and Heavenly Fox's arenas weren't far from each other to begin with. Both arenas were already more than 500 meters in the air. They weren't far from each other. With Yun Sheng's eyesight, she could clearly see the situation on each other's arenas. Since there was no one on Celestial Fox's arena, Yun Sheng decided to watch the situation on the Ba Shi arena. She remembered that Boss Peng Yu's subordinates should also be challenging the Ba Shi tribe today. As long as they won today's match, Boss Peng Yu's subordinates would also win 3 matches. The remaining 4 days of the competition would be much more likely to win. On the Boss Serpent stage, the man from the Boss Serpent tribe, Sung Wu, had his arm twisted into a strange shape. He wrapped his arm tightly around a challenger who had just stepped onto the stage. He suddenly exerted strength, and the challenger's bones were crushed. As it turned out, the Ba Shi tribe's chief, Qi Zhanfeng, was a little anxious after seeing that he had already lost 2 matches. He had temporarily changed the order of one of his tribe's experts and placed him in front. In terms of strength, This man named Song Wu was second only to the deputy chief, Chi Mu Wan, among the Ba Shi warriors this time. He could be considered the second strongest Ba Shi warrior. That's Boss Peng Yu's subordinate. Yunsheng looked and realized that the person who had been strangled was one of Boss Peng Yu's subordinates. Due to the lack of time and the fact that Yunsheng had 2 great summoned beasts, Boss Peng Yu had recruited a total of 8 people this time. Although these people were not as strong as Boss Peng Yu, they were still considered experts. Who would have thought that the Ba Shi tribe's 6-day defender would be so strong? After Song Wu killed his opponent, he wanted to establish his dominance. A sinister smile appeared on his face, and he suddenly threw the opponent who had already stopped breathing. When the opponent landed on the ground, he was smashed into a pile of minced meat. Our Ba Shi tribe is wise and mighty. Whoever dares to challenge us, this person will be their role model. The Ba Shi warrior Song Wu's eyes were bloodshot, and his voice was loud and clear. Everyone heard his threatening words. The crowd was in an uproar. Today, the defenders of the Celestial Fox Arena and the Ba Shi Arena were all extraordinarily strong. This person was also a troublesome fellow. Looking at his comrade who had died tragically on the ground, the veins on Boss Peng Yu's forehead bulged. If it was the old Boss Peng Yu, he would definitely have charged into the arena and killed that Bal Ba Shi. But considering that he had already shown his face, if he continued to act rashly, he would definitely draw the suspicion of the Ba Shi tribe. He couldn't ruin his master's plans because of his momentary hatred. Boss Peng Yu could only forcefully suppress his anger. It looks like Boss Peng Yu is going to be defeated in today's challenge. Yunsheng frowned. There was a change in her plan. She had to discuss it with Boss Peng Yu today. But just as Yunsheng was pondering, a gray-clothed woman dashed onto the Ba Shi arena in one smooth motion. Her feet were like a dragonfly skimming the surface of the water. When Boss Peng Yu saw this person's posture, he suddenly turned around and discovered that Bobo, who had been behind him, had disappeared. Reptile of the Ba Shi tribe, what are you so arrogant about? Let me take you on. Upon hearing this voice, Yunsheng's eyelids twitched. Although she had already disguised herself, that figure and that arrogant posture indicated that the person who had just stepped onto the Ba Shi arena was none other than Bobo. Yunsheng felt a headache coming on. Bobo, this fellow actually dared to act on her own accord. Although she was wearing a bamboo hat, Bobo's eyes were bright. When she saw Boss Peng Yu's subordinates being killed, Bobo heartlessly rejoiced in her heart. She swore that she would definitely take revenge for that pitiful meat-paced companion of hers. Hee, Reptile, you did well. You finally gave me a chance to go on stage. Bobo had a sneaky smile on her face. But suddenly, she felt a scorching gaze on her. Oh no, I forgot that my dear master is also on the arena. Bobo felt goosebumps all over her body. She had actually forgotten that her master was also on the arena. Hee, her master must have seen through her. Bobo knew that in her master's eyes, she had nowhere to hide. When she returned, would she be grounded and not be allowed to eat? Bobo, since you're on this arena, then beat the Ba Shi tribe into a sorry state. Just as Bobo was feeling sorry for herself, she sighed softly. Yunsheng's words were transmitted into Bobo's consciousness. Yunsheng's words made Bobo instantly feel like she had been injected with chicken blood. She had to win. She couldn't disappoint her master. Chapter 1337. With Yunsheng's support, Bobo was suddenly full of confidence and straightened her back. Who are you? Be sensible and learn from that bird. Jump down and kill yourself. Otherwise, you will die a horrible death. Bobo snickered. My name is Song Wu. Little girl, which tribe are you from? You can eat whatever you want, but you can't speak whatever you want. Song Wu suppressed his anger. He was a cautious person. He glanced at Bobo, who was wrapped up tightly from head to toe, but he couldn't tell where she came from. Fly, right? This great ant will never change her name. I am called and the greatest in the human world. Bobo's words instantly angered Song Wu. What kind of name was this? A reckless junior actually dared to call herself the greatest in the human world. She was really bold. Reckless brat, I'm going to cut you into 8 pieces. Song Wu was furious, and his arms suddenly stretched out like a rope. Yin Sheng had already noticed that Song Wu's body was different from ordinary people. He seemed to have no bones, and his arm could be stretched out at will. Arrogant fly, you are the one who is looking for death. Bobo clenched her fist. She didn't use any fancy moves. Her fist met Song Wu's hand. The two fists met, and a muffled sound was heard. Almost at the same time, both of them retreated a few steps. Bobo retreated 2 steps, but Song Wu retreated 5 or 6 steps. What a terrifying strength! Song Wu thought that the opponent was not tall and was not a warrior. She should not have any strength. But after this punch, he knew how powerful the opponent was. If it wasn't for Song Wu's special cultivation method, Bobo's punch would have shattered all the bones in his body. Song Wu cultivated a very special inheritance in the Ba Shi tribe called the soft bone technique. When the inheritance was cultivated to a high level, the bones in the body would become incomparably soft, and the person would become like a snake. Bobo was shocked. She didn't expect that with her monstrous strength, she couldn't kill the opponent in one blow. Yun Sheng, who was on the opposite stage, saw it clearly. Song Wu's cultivation method is most suitable for using softness to conquer strength. Even Bobo's monstrous strength was dissolved by Song Wu. I finally met my match this time. Song Wu was also somewhat wary of Bobo's monstrous strength. He no longer met force with force, and his gaze changed. Song Wu's body suddenly transformed into a half-human, half-beast form. His upper body was still that of a bald man, but his lower body had turned into a snake's body. After transforming into a half-snake form, Song Wu's figure suddenly flashed, and 6 Song Wus suddenly appeared on the stage. Ba Serpent Transformation Technique. Let's see how you're going to neutralize my attack. The 6 Song Wows seemed to have received an order as they broke through the air. 6 volcano-like enormous forces came from all directions, pincer attacking Bobo. The 6 clones were exactly the same. It was impossible to tell which one was the real Song Wu. Song Wu had also used this Ba Serpent legacy to kill countless experts. It was a pity that Song Wu didn't know that he was fighting against the universe god in the human world. Humph! A mere camouflage, and you want to display your sleight skill before an expert? Bobo took a step forward, and 2 pink scythes appeared in her hands. She threw the scythes into the air and stabbed towards the Song Wu in the middle. After Bobo's breakthrough, her pair of fiery golden eyes could even find the path of a god, not to mention the camouflage of the Ba Serpent tribe. How can this be? Song Wu saw the sharp scythes accurately stabbing towards him, and his heart was filled with fear. The pink scythes splattered blood on the ground, and Song Wu's eyes were blood red. He was actually blinded by Bobo's scythes. The other 5 phantoms instantly disappeared. I admit, Song Wu knew that his illusion had been seen through, and he had no chance of winning. He was about to beg for mercy and admit defeat. Who knew that Bobo would take a step forward and twist Song Wu's bald head? She covered his mouth with one hand and clenched her other hand into a fist. Bobo's fist was like a rainstorm, and it greeted Song Wu's body. There was no fighting energy, nor was there any magic power. It was like a rainstorm hitting banana leaves, crackling and popping. Bobo was very carefree. Who told you to be arrogant? I'll let you have a taste of being beaten in a minced meat. Who told you to be a member of the Ba Serpent tribe? Who told you to be bald? Bobo was full of energy. Unfortunately, Song Wu's eyes were already blind, and he didn't even have the strength to resist. His facial features were disfigured, and his teeth were all broken. In the square, when everyone saw that the originally awe-inspiring Song Wu was beaten to the point where he couldn't resist at all, their jaws dropped. What kind of background did the other party have? She actually made the expert of the Ba Serpent tribe so miserable. Enough, second elder. Song Wu is already lost. Qi Zhanfeng's teeth almost shattered from gritting them. The outcome of the battle had already been decided, but the other party beat up Song Wu. This was clearly humiliating the Ba Serpent tribe. Chief Qi, according to the rules of the Ba Serpent tribe competition, if the contestant on the stage doesn't admit defeat, the competition cannot be stopped. Even the second elder couldn't bear to look at Song Wu's miserable appearance. Unfortunately, the rules couldn't be abolished. Song Wu hadn't admitted defeat yet. When Qi Zhanfeng heard this, he felt as uncomfortable as if he had eaten a fly. Admit defeat? He had to have a chance to admit defeat first. That vicious woman of unknown origin had covered Song Wu's mouth from the beginning to the end. At this moment, Song Wu had already fainted. How could he admit defeat? Qi Zhanfeng had nowhere to vent the anger in his heart, so he suddenly let out a muffled groan. An invisible fighting aura rushed into the Ba Serpent arena around him. Whoosh! Whoosh! It was like an indestructible machete that suddenly attacked. At the bottom of the Ba Serpent arena, more than half of the Ba Serpent bamboo was cut off. The Ba Serpent arena, which was already more than 500 meters tall, suddenly shook. Bobo, who was fighting vigorously on the stage, felt his body shake, and his body couldn't help but fall to the side. Bobo! Yinsheng was shocked. She jumped and was about to save Bobo. According to the rules of the Ba Serpent tribe competition, falling to the ground was considered a loss. Those who were still guarding the arena couldn't leave the arena without permission. If Yinsheng left the Celestial Fox arena, she would be considered a loss. Bobo didn't want her master to lose the victory because of her. Master, don't worry about me. You can't leave your arena. I have my own ways. When Bobo realized it, her body had already been thrown out. Damn, old man. If you can't do it openly, you're using underhanded methods. You're still too inexperienced to plot against this world deity. Bobo's face was red. The situation was very critical. Bobo didn't even have time to transform her wings. Her reaction was very agile. When she was in midair, she grabbed her wrist and changed the position of Song Wu's corpse, who had already been killed by her, in the air. In the sky, Bobo and Song Wu fell to the ground at a similar speed. Chapter 1338. This scene happened too quickly, and everyone did not even have time to react to what was going on. Qi Zhanfeng looked at Bobo, who was getting closer and closer, and a poisonous light flashed in his eyes. Under his sleeves, he had already accumulated a hidden force, planning to kill Bobo without anyone noticing. Patriarch Qi, you have overstepped your boundaries. Duguxiu lowered his voice and pressed down on Qi Zhanfeng's hand. That hidden force immediately disappeared without a trace. Qi Zhanfeng's heart trembled. Duguxiu had actually neutralized his killing move with one hand. This young deputy patriarch's strength was even more ferocious than he had imagined. Qi Zhanfeng also knew that He Yao was still in seclusion. The matters of the Bahuang clan competition and the Black Qilin tribe were temporarily handed over to the deputy patriarch Duguxiu and He Limlin. It was also because He Yao was not around that he dared to secretly take action and cut off the Tongtian bamboo, causing the stage to collapse. He did not expect that this deputy patriarch was not a good person. Qi Zhanfeng believed that if he dared to secretly take action again, Duguxiu would definitely fall out with him. Deputy Patriarch, I have been rude. Qi Zhanfeng slowly retracted his hand with an embarrassed smile on his face. Boom! The ground rumbled, and Bobo and Song Wu landed on the ground at the same time. However, when they landed on the ground, Bobo used Song Wu as a meat cushion to block most of the impact. Sorry, I made you a cushion. I say, referee, both of us got off the stage, but he landed on the ground before me. So I still win, right? As soon as Bobo landed on the ground, he immediately jumped up as if nothing had happened. On the other hand, Song Wu was not as lucky as Bobo. This guy was also unlucky. He was already beaten to death by Bobo, and now he was used as a human meat cushion. His entire body fell apart, and his death was very miserable. Dead. The second elder went forward to take a look and found that Song Wu could not be any more dead. Qi Zhanfeng and his son's faces turned green as they stared at Bobo with hatred. Bashi failed to defend the stage. The winner of today's competition is this I'm the biggest in the human world contestant. The second elder could only announce Bobo's victory. Bobo smiled faintly and made a victory gesture to the dumbstruck boss Pengyu in the crowd. Song Wu was already dead, and that person called Yunsheng had the unknown celestial fox inheritance. On the sixth day of the Bahuang clan competition's arena competition, there were actually two major pieces of news. The Celestial Fox tribe relied on 6 consecutive victories to secure their right to become a low-level beast tribe. On the other hand, the Boss Serpent tribe had already lost 3 out of 6 battles. The situation had suddenly become grim. Qi Zhanfeng and his son did not even collect Song Wu's corpse and left in a huff. That damned woman. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm a black Qilin warrior and can't enter the arena, she wouldn't be so impressive. Li Liqing was in the crowd. Seeing the warriors of the Celestial Fox tribe cheering, she clenched her teeth in hatred. The Bahuang clan score was the arena, the challenge, and the core competition. The defender of the arena was a low-level beast tribe. The challengers could only be from the continent's beast tribes. As a black Qilin warrior, Li Liqing naturally could not enter the arena. Miss, don't be angry. When the arena competition starts, you can defeat that woman in front of the vice tribe leader. Wouldn't that be more satisfying? A subordinate beside her said, That's right. I want to let that woman know how powerful the Black Qilin tribe is. After Li Liqing finished speaking, she quietly left with her servant. Everyone has performed very well these few days. The arena competition has already ended a few days in advance. There's still 4 days left. You can do whatever you want, but you must not cause any trouble. Hu Qianxiu was in a good mood today and praised the few contestants who went up the arena. Yunsheng looked at the crowd. Boss Pengyu and the rest had already disappeared. After Bo Bo won the arena competition, in order to avoid being noticed, she quickly left the plaza and went into a long alley. She had only taken a few steps when she heard the faint sound of footsteps behind her. Bo Bo was no longer an ignorant person. Her ears twitched. Hearing the sound, there were a few people following behind her. Someone is following me? Bo Bo's delicate brows furrowed together. A few figures suddenly appeared in front of her and blocked Bo Bo's path. You want to leave so easily after killing someone from the Bashi tribe? Bashi tribe's young tribe leader Qi Muguan led a few Bashi tribe's warriors and stood in a row. Bo Bo had suppressed the second strongest Bashi tribe member to death on the arena today. Furthermore, she had even tortured him before that. Qi Muguan was young and hot-blooded. He could not take it anymore and brought the remaining warriors from his tribe to take revenge. So it's you bunch of worms who can't afford to lose. Why? You want to bully me with your numbers, right? Bo Bo's path forward and back had already been blocked. However, she did not reveal any signs of panic. Instead, her face was calm. Speak. Who are you? Who ordered you to enter the arena? Qi Muguan saw that Bo Bo's skills were not bad and thought that she must have a supporter behind her. You want to know my identity? That's easy. Open your eyes wide and see who I am. Bo Bo took off her mask unhurriedly. When she revealed her pretty face, she even mischievously winked at Qi Muguan. That face? Aren't you that woman from the Celestial Fox tribe? Qi Muguan remembered Bo Bo. Your memory is not bad. You want to go back and tell on me? What a pity. You won't have that chance anymore. From today onwards, there will be no more boss serpents among the Bakra orcs. A bloody light flashed in Bo Bo's pink eyes. From her pink and tender lips, she spat out a series of ancient incantations. Taste this world god's enhanced version of exile. Abyss exile. As Bo Bo's chanting speed increased, countless cracks appeared on the ground, as if it had been hit by an earthquake. Before Qi Muguan and the others could realize what was going on, an abyss of unknown depth suddenly appeared. Qi Muguan and the others' shocked cries were swallowed by the bottomless abyss and reverberated continuously. Abyss Exile, one of Bo Bo's exile skills after a breakthrough. Compared to the previous exile, the duration and location of the Abyss Exile had changed a lot. The previous exile only lasted for a few hours. The longest duration of the Abyss Exile could reach up to 100 years. As for the location of the exile, it had expanded from the surface of any continent in the human realm to various places in the human realm, including the bottomless abyss in the human realm. There were very few people who could survive in the endless darkness of the exile for 100 years. When Bo stopped chanting, the ground returned to normal. Even if the people of the Boss Serpent tribe came looking for her, they would not be able to find any clues. If they wanted to plot against her, they would have to work hard for another 10,000 years. Bo's lips curled into a cute smile. She put away the mask and disguise on her body, as if nothing had happened. She calmly walked forward. In the depths of the ground, there were waves of wailing sounds. Unfortunately, no one heard their cries for help. True love, although we have thrown away our recommendation tickets to the Fuzi's new book, but remember to feed your monthly tickets to old book. Chapter 1339. In order to avoid being followed on the way back, Bo even took a detour through a few alleys. Only when she was sure that no one was following her did she return to the Duga residence. Do you know to come back? When Yunsheng saw Bo, she glared daggers at her. Master, please spare my life. Bo won't dare to do it again. Bo smiled mischievously. After following Yunsheng for so long, she had already understood her master's temper. But master, Bo has done a great service. Guess who I met on the way back? I met the Boss Serpent tribe's young tribe leader who can't afford to lose. Qi Muguan? You met him? Were you injured? Yunsheng recalled that Qi Muguan was the elder brother of Madame Qi Bai. Both siblings were narrow-minded people. Bo had caused the Boss Serpent tribe to lose a crucial match, so it wasn't surprising that they would find trouble with her. Bo didn't even lose a single strand of hair. However, he and his subordinates were all exiled by Bo. They won't be able to return for at least 100 years. Bo laughed so hard that she couldn't close her mouth. Exiled for 100 years? You're saying that you exiled the remaining members of the Boss Serpent tribe? Yunsheng didn't know whether to laugh or cry. This was the first time in her life that Yunsheng felt that Bo's divine ability was reliable. This time, Bo had really given her a huge surprise. This time, the Boss Serpent tribe had really lost completely. As night fell, the Boss Serpent tribe's residence was enveloped in a gloomy atmosphere. Ever since Qi Zhanfeng returned from the plaza, he hadn't spoken a single word. Embarrassing. This was too embarrassing. Ever since the Boss Serpent tribe had been established, they had never suffered such humiliation before. They had been humiliated by an ordinary beast man of unknown origin. If this continued, the Boss Serpent tribe wouldn't be able to maintain their status as a low-level beast man. Men, call the young tribe leader and the remaining 4 people over. Although Qi Zhanfeng was furious, he knew that this wasn't the time to be angry. Reporting to the patriarch, the young patriarch led a few other Boss Serpent warriors to surround the woman who killed Songwu. They haven't returned yet. His subordinate's words made Qi Zhanfeng even more furious. Bastards, what time is it now? You still have the heart to seek revenge? All of you are good-for-nothings. Qi Zhanfeng was enraged. However, he soon felt that something was amiss. 3 or 4 hours had passed since the end of the tournament. It was already late at night. Logically speaking, Muguan should have killed that woman long ago and returned smoothly when he led his men to surround her. Follow me out to look for the whereabouts of the junior clan head and the others, Qi Zhanfeng said. Due to the connection of their bloodlines, he had a bad feeling about this. An entire night passed. Until dawn, Qi Zhanfeng and his subordinates still hadn't found the whereabouts of Qi Muguan or any of the Boss Serpent warriors. They had searched almost every inch of the city, not to mention the whereabouts of Qi Muguan and the others. The only clue was in an alley. Qi Zhanfeng used the special tracking method of the Boss Serpent clan and found a trace of Qi Muguan's aura in the alley. However, in the middle of the alley, that trace of aura suddenly disappeared. It was as if Qi Muguan and those Boss Serpent warriors had suddenly disappeared from the face of the earth. On the 7th day of the tournament, before the tournament had even begun, a shocking piece of news had already spread to the ears of the other 7 beast clans. The Boss Serpent junior clan head and his subordinates had mysteriously disappeared overnight. Even their corpses hadn't been found. It was rumored that when the Boss Serpent clan head, Qi Zhanfeng, received this news, he immediately spat out 3 mouthfuls of blood and fainted. Due to the lack of participating warriors, the Boss Serpent clan automatically forfeited. Because of this, the Boss Serpent clan was stripped of their status as a Bakra Orcs. This was the first time in history that the Bakra Orcs had experienced such a change in the structure of the Bakra Orcs after they had entered the Eight Desolates continent. This change also came as quite a surprise to the other 7 beast tribes. However, the happiest person was none other than Hu Chinchio of the Celestial Fox clan. However, that was a digression. Replacing the Boss Serpent clan and entering the tournament was a new beast clan that had won 3 rounds consecutively in the previous 3 days. They were called the Chinese clan. In the next few days, the commoners of Sky Harmony City discussed a few topics. Topic 1. Where did the junior clan head and his subordinates of the Boss Serpent clan head go? Regarding this topic, many people guessed that the Boss Serpent clan couldn't afford to lose and decided to run away. Topic 2. Where did the Chinese clan head that had just appeared come from? The Chinese clan head was very mysterious. Some people said that the Chinese clan head was actually formed by the alliance of many other beast clans. The mysterious woman who had defeated Song Wu that day was also from the Chinese clan head. However, the Chinese clan head seemed to be very low-key. News regarding them had never spread. Topic 3. The Celestial Fox clan head's few terrifying beauties. The Celestial Fox clan head. The first 2 topics only lasted for a few days. Following the start of the tournament and the departure of the Boss Serpent clan head from Sky Harmony City, the topic gradually died down. Only the last topic became more and more popular as the tournament drew nearer. This wasn't surprising. Since ancient times, heroes and beauties had always been a hot topic. The Celestial Fox clan head had retained their qualifications to become a lower beast clan. Furthermore, they had won 6 rounds consecutively and entered the tournament. There were already rumors circulating among the commoners that this time, the Celestial Fox clan head had actually hidden even more powerful experts. These topics had more or less attracted the attention of some people in the city. However, they didn't attract the attention of the upper echelons of the Black Qilin clan, especially He Linlin. The tournament is about to start. The clan head isn't here. Junior clan head, wouldn't it be better for you to show your face? He Linlin's maid cautiously reminded. There's no need. The tournament is just a formality. The top 3 of the 3 upper beast clans have the qualifications to enter the core tournament. Tomorrow, the people from the beast god altar will arrive. Father has already ordered me to welcome them outside the city. For the past few days, He Linlin didn't go to watch any of the matches that were hotly discussed in the city. In He Linlin's eyes, the only ones who could barely compete with her were the upper beast clans like Green and Purple. Now, there was also Dugashio. As for the other beast clans, especially the few Celestial Fox clan head that had mysteriously become the hottest topic these past few days. What Ice Fox? What you Luo-cha? To her, they were nothing more than clowns. What He Linlin was truly concerned about was the beast god altar that was about to arrive. He Linlin had always held the same view as He Yao towards the beast god altar. She tried her best to avoid conflict with it. It was said that this time, the high priest of the beast god altar had personally come. It was rumored that the high priest had even brought along his last disciple. His goal was to participate in the core tournament. She wanted to see what kind of person the other party was. Chapter 1340. In a place less than 100 miles away from Sky Harmony City, Yi Baiming, the high priest and second priest of the beast god altar, as well as a group of people from the beast god altar, were leisurely walking on a winding mountain path. Contrary to Yi Baiming's expectations, the high priest didn't use a magic array. Instead, he chose to walk. On the way, the high priest wasn't in a hurry. He stopped every now and then, as if he was sightseeing. He explained to Yi Baiming many of the local conditions and customs of the Eight Desolates continent. Yi Baiming was different from Yinshang. After he came to the Eight Desolates continent, he went to the beast god altar. His understanding of the Eight Desolates continent was very limited. The high priest's actions gave Yi Baiming a rough impression of the Eight Desolates continent. Compared to the Boundless continent, the living conditions in the Eight Desolates continent could be said to be harsh. However, the closer he got to the Black Qilin tribe, the stranger Yi Baiming felt in his heart. There were many nights when he felt that he heard a mysterious voice calling out to him. Every time Yi Baiming wanted to hear clearly what that voice was saying, he would be abruptly jolted awake. This feeling made Yi Baiming very uncomfortable. Grand Priestess, our spies in Sky Harmony City have sent us news. The results of the arena competition are already out. The Boss Serpent tribe has been eliminated. A subordinate of the beast god Alter appeared beside the Grand Priestess like a ghost. On his way here, Yi Baiming also discovered that the influence of the beast god Alter in the 8 desolate continent could be said to be pervasive. They had spies in almost every corner of the continent. In front of Yi Baiming, the high priest didn't avoid arousing suspicion. It was as if he intentionally wanted Yi Baiming to see this. This was also something that Yi Baiming didn't understand. The Boss Serpent tribe has been eliminated? That's great news. What about the Celestial Fox tribe? In the High Priest's impression, Celestial Fox was even weaker than the Boss Serpent. After all, during the baptism at the beast god altar, the Celestial Fox Saintess did not even have basic magic power. There were no decent talents among the younger generation of the Celestial Fox tribe. This was undoubtedly the most shocking news the High Priest had received in recent days. In fact, they were even more shocked than when Bashi had been defeated. Celestial Fox won all 6 battles and entered the challenge competition. This time, the Celestial Fox tribe came prepared. Hu Qianqiu's goal is to snatch the position of the Upper Beast tribe. That attendant reported truthfully. Which tribe defeated the Boss Serpent? The High Priest was very curious about who had defeated the Boss Serpent. It's a new tribe called Hua. It's said that the tribe is composed of a mixture of other beasts. As for its specific origin, I haven't found out. Beasts that even the beast god Alter could not find out about. It seems that the Bahuang tribe this time is much more interesting than we expected. The High Priest laughed loudly. He glanced at Yi Baiming. Yi Baiming's expression did not change much. Hua. Yi Baiming listened from the side and could not help but pay more attention. Could it be Yinsheng? The Celestial Fox tribe's rise in such a short time was definitely related to the little wild cat. Yi Baiming's expression softened. Black Qilin tribe. Hey Lin Lin, representing my father, Hey Yao, to welcome the High Priest of the Beast God Alter. A clear female voice came from all directions. The sound of 10,000 horses galloping could be heard. In the sky, several war beasts appeared. Those war beasts looked like dragons and horses. They even had a pair of black wings on their backs. They were the authentic 8 Desolation Qilin horses. 8 Desolation Qilin horses were a rare species on the continent. They could fly in the sky and move on the ground. Only the Black Qilin tribe had them in captivity. Hey Lin Lin brought 28 Desolation Qilin guards with her. They charged forward without any intention of stopping. Hey Lin Lin's shout was like a clap of thunder. The ground shook. Inside the beast god altar, some of the weaker followers and guards felt a sharp pain in their ears. Their eardrums had been directly injured. The leader was a pretty girl with short hair. She was beautiful, but the arrogance in her eyes made her look very strange. It was hard to have a good impression of her. Patriarch He Yao, a tiger father, gave birth to a tiger daughter. The young patriarch's cultivation is stronger than before. Congratulations. The high priest's voice was clear. He waved his hand modestly. He knew He Lin Lin's temper very well. He knew that she wanted to establish her authority. A formless energy enveloped everyone on the beast god altar like a Vajra barrier. Those Qilin horses seemed to have been stimulated. They suddenly went crazy. They neighed and galloped in all directions. Nay, He Lin Lin's eyes changed. She lifted her wrist and pressed down the head of the Qilin horse that weighed 600 to 700 pounds. The horse's body sank and fell from the sky. The other 20 or so Qilin guards also followed suit and fell to the ground with 1,000 kilograms fall. The high priest's soul assimilation technique is very powerful. Lin Lin admits defeat. He Lin Lin knew that she had offended the high priest. She regretted it. She lowered her head and bowed. Her father had warned her not to be impudent in front of the high priest. This time she was too slow. The high priest smiled. The invisible force disappeared. Those 8 Desolation Qilin horses also regained their consciousness. Young patriarch, don't worry. It's inevitable for young people to be reckless. Young patriarch, this is my new disciple. He's here to participate in the 8 Desolation Tribe competition. The high priest pointed at Yi Baiming. The high priest of the beast god Altar was a legendary figure in the 8 Desolates continent. In all these years, he had never accepted a disciple. It was said that in the past, Peng Wanli wanted his own grandson, Yin Peng, to become the high priest disciple, but he was rejected by the high priest. What kind of ability did this person have to be recognized by the high priest? Hei Linlin hesitated. She raised her head. When she saw the man standing behind the high priestess, her heart suddenly stopped beating. It's him? The person whom the high priest had made an exception and accepted as his last disciple was actually Yi Baiming. Was it Yi Baiming, or did they just look alike? If it was Yi Baiming, why would he come to the 8 Desolation continent? Hei Linlin had a special feeling for Yi Baiming. Yi Baiming was the first man she had taken fancy to. He was also the first man to reject her again and again. Hei Linlin had seen Yi Baiming. He had a powerful aura and a domineering aura that others could not match. But the man in front of her, although he looked the same as Yi Baiming, he had a peaceful temperament. If not for the high priest's introduction, Hei Linlin would not have noticed that there was such a person in the beast god Altar's camp. But soon, Hei Linlin realized a more serious problem. Yi Baiming came to participate in the 8 Desolation Tribe competition. Which side did he represent? The Black Qilin or the beast god Altar? In the new week, Big Fuzi was already vomiting blood to write. It's still the same old words. This book only needs monthly votes. Please help me vote for the new book Divine Doctor's Abandoned Daughter, the Ghost Emperor's Wild Beast Tamer Concubine. Both sides will work hard to update. Chapter 1341. Young Chieftain, your expression doesn't seem right. Or do you have some thoughts about my closed-door disciple? The high priest noticed Hei Linlin's expression. Regarding the relationship between Yi Baiming and the Black Qilin tribe, the high priest more or less knew about it. The relationship between the high priest and Hei Yao could be considered as a close one. It was also because of Hei Yao's existence that the high priest was unable to completely control the Black Qilin tribe, the strongest of the Bakra orcs. This matter had always been a sore point for the high priest. But at this moment, Yi Baiming suddenly appeared. It was also because he knew that Yi Baiming and Hei Yao had a special relationship that he wanted to rope in Yi Baiming. Hei Yao had been wise all his life, but he would never have thought that his son would become a tool of the beast god Altar. If Yi Baiming shocked everyone in the Bakra tribe competition, Hei Yao's expression would be incomparably interesting. The high priest was secretly pleased, but his face was filled with modesty and no fluctuations could be seen. High priest, you worry too much. Your closed-door disciple has an extraordinary temperament. The high priest is very fortunate. Hei Linlin didn't dare to ask too much. Right now, she was only thinking about whether she should tell her father about this matter as soon as possible. Since this is the case, I will have to trouble Junior Clan leader to lead the way. I heard that during this period of time, many unexpected things have happened in the Bahuang clan competition. The Grand Priestess laughed as she followed Hei Linlin towards the Sky Harmony City. Between Hei Linlin and the High Priest, the undercurrents were surging. Within the Sky Harmony City, there were also several undercurrents that were ready to make a move, surging forward menacingly. The Bakra tribe competition consisted of 3 rounds: single elimination round, challenge round, and core round. The single elimination round was completely open to the public. As long as one was in Sky Harmony City, they could come and watch. But from the start of the challenge round, things were different. The plaza was already surrounded, and the guards of the Black Qilin tribe could be seen everywhere. If one wanted to enter the plaza, they would need a special token. The challenge round was semi-open. Other than the 8 Bakra tribes, the entrance fee to the plaza was as high as 100 purple gold, and the number of people allowed to enter each day was limited to 5,000. The Black Qilin tribe would be able to earn hundreds of thousands of purple gold coins for the high ticket price. After the competition ended, the original 2 arenas, The Boss Serpent Arena and the Celestial Fox Arena were torn down and replaced with a brand new challenge arena. 8 brand new tents were set up around the arena. Just by looking at the insignia on the tents, one could identify the different beast clans. Among them, the upper-class orcs tents were gold in color, and they were closest to the arena. The tents of the middle-ranked beasts were red in color and were slightly further away from the arena. Next were the inferior orcs. Their tents were blue, and because the Boss Serpent tribe had been eliminated this year, the Chinese had replaced them and obtained the Boss Serpent tribe's tents. In each tent were their respective team leaders and 10 contestants. After the 8 tents were the audience who had bought tickets to enter the arena. However, compared to the 8 Bakra tribes, the viewing experience was much worse. After the incident at the Skirich Arena, the challenge arena this time was just an ordinary arena. However, there were some magic arrays set up around the arena. It was said that someone in the Black Shielan tribe had suggested that they set up these arrays at the last minute to prevent people from using sorcery. When Yunsheng heard this, she laughed sheepishly. Needless to say, this was also directed at her. Although the Celestial Fox tribe had won the challenge round successfully this time, the outside world still had a lot of objections. The 3 most famous contestants of the Celestial Fox tribe, Yunsheng, Lu Yunshuang, and Yu Shang, had won too easily and mysteriously. This was especially so for the Peng Feather tribe and the Green Hellwolf tribe. These 2 tribes had a good relationship with the Boss Serpent tribe. Before the challenge round, they had already said that the Celestial Fox tribe had used sorcery to win, and they wanted to seek justice for the Boss Serpent tribe. The sun was high in the sky, and under the gazes of thousands of people, the deputy chief of the Black Shielan tribe, Dugu Xiao, walked up to the arena. The moment he stepped on the arena, he heard a flood of cheers, most of which were the screams of women. Deputy Chief, the Deputy Chief is so handsome. Deputy Chief, look over here, we love you. After all, Sky Harmony City was the capital of the Black Shielan tribe. Most of the people who had bought tickets and entered the challenge round were from the Black Shielan tribe. This also gave the other Bakra tribes a lot of pressure. Duguxiu's status in the Black Shielan tribe could be seen. Duguxiu was obviously used to such a scene. He waved his hand, and the square suddenly quieted down as if someone had suddenly grabbed the throats of the 5,000 people. Fellow chiefs, fellow Bakra orcs, and the audience who came to watch the competition, welcome to Sky Harmony City. Representing the entire Black Shielan tribe, I welcome all of you. The challenge round is about to begin, but before that, I will announce the rules of this round. As the host of this competition, Duguxiu would not participate in this round's challenge round. Other than Duguxiu himself, the top 3 contestants from the 9 Phoenix tribe and the D tribe in the Golden Tent were seeded contestants and would not participate in this round's challenge round. Other than the 3 Great Bakra tribes, the other 5 Great Bakra tribes, including the newly risen Chinese tribe, had to participate in the challenge round. The challenge round would last for a total of 5 days. Every contestant who was not a seeded contestant could challenge anyone from the Bakra tribes. But if they lost, they would be eliminated. If they wanted to enter the core round, they would need to accumulate at least 5 points. If they defeated an opponent, they would gain 1 point, and if they tied, they would gain 0 points. In other words, if someone wanted to win without a fight, it would be impossible. Yunsheng quickly calculated in her heart. Excluding the unseeded contestants, there were a total of 71 contestants from the 8 Great Bakra tribes. It would not be an easy task to win 5 consecutive matches, because other than challenging your opponents, you would also have to prevent others from challenging you. Those who could enter the challenge round were all the elites of the Bakra orcs. None of them could be underestimated. Although one only needed to win 5 matches in the core round, after 5 days, no one could guarantee that they would not become the target of others. This was especially so for some of the weaker contestants. They would most likely be hunted down by others on the first day. On the last day, it should be the time when the battles would be the most intense. As expected of the Bakra tribes, it was simply a slaughter between beasts. Yunsheng's gaze involuntarily landed on the tent of the Black Shielan tribe. There were only 8 people inside, and He Linlin was nowhere to be seen. As a seated contestant, He Linlin did not need to participate in the challenge round. Suddenly, Yunsheng caught sight of a hostile gaze. The other party was a female warrior from the Black Shilin tribe. She was staring at Yunsheng with a gaze of hatred. Chapter 1342. Yunsheng's instincts told her that the woman was very hostile towards her. However, Yunsheng remembered that apart from He Linlin, she did not seem to have offended any other women in the Black Shilin tribe. The woman looked at her as if she had stolen her man. Anyone who could stand in the Black Shilin tribe's camp must be either rich or noble. It was not a good thing to be nagged by someone like that. The woman obviously noticed Yunsheng's gaze. She glared at Yunsheng before looking away. Yunsheng touched the tip of her nose with an innocent look on her face. However, Yunsheng soon realized that apart from the female Black Shilin warrior, there were many other gazes looking at her provocatively. These gazes lingered on the Celestial Fox tribe's tent, and the Chinese's tent the most. It seems that the first match of the day will be held in our tribe. Yushang also noticed this and let out a laugh that made one's ears hurt. Yushang, shut your mouth. We're all in the same camp, Lu Yunchuang said coldly. Although the Celestial Fox tribe had won 6 consecutive matches and entered the challenge round, in the eyes of the other beast tribes, the Celestial Fox tribe and the Chinese, who had replaced the Bash tribe, were the weakest of the Bakra orcs. If he wanted to accumulate challenge points, the easiest way was to start from these 2 tribes. Yinsheng was not surprised by Yushang's gloating. If it were not for the fact that people in the same camp were not allowed to challenge each other, Yushang would probably be the first to challenge her. However, this situation would only last until the challenge round. Yinsheng knew very well that if she and Yushang entered the core round, there would be no such thing as being in the same camp or not. Yunsheng, the woman glaring at you, is the daughter of the Black Shilin tribe's elder. Do you have a grudge against her? Lu Yunchuang asked with concern. Yunsheng still had quite a few enemies in the Bahuang tribe. If she offended the Black Shilin tribe, it wouldn't be a good thing. This was especially true for the Winged Peng clans Yin Peng and the others. As soon as they entered the arena, they had their eyes on Yunsheng. There was also the young chief of the Green Hell Wolves, Green Tusk. It was said that he and Yin Peng were best friends. If these 2 people instigated the warriors in the tribe to challenge Yunsheng together, it would be troublesome. A challenge issued during the challenge competition could not be rejected. If he was challenged too many times in a day, it would be bad for his mana recovery. Yinchuang, it's a good thing that someone is challenging me. Maybe in less than 5 days, I can accumulate 5 points and advance directly. It's better than some people who have to rack their brains and think about who to choose as their opponent. Yunsheng didn't care. Yunsheng was very hardworking when it came to cultivation, but when it came to matters like this, she could only be considered a lazy person. Her motto was that if others didn't offend her, she wouldn't offend them. Since those people wanted to throw their lives away, she didn't mind at all sending them on their way. If someone thought she was a pushover, she would let them know what it meant to have their heads broken and bleed. Unexpectedly, Yushang's crow's beak was so effective. Duguxiu had just announced the start of the competition when the female warrior of the Black Shilin tribe took the lead and rushed onto the stage. I am Li Liqing, the Black Shilin. Li Liqing had a valiant appearance. She was dressed in light armor and had willowy eyebrows and almond-shaped eyes. Her cultivation was very impressive. Yunsheng saw that she was at least a peak martial emperor. With this kind of cultivation, she could be considered an expert among the younger generation. In fact, among the women of the Black Shilin tribe, Li Liqing's cultivation was only slightly inferior to He Linlin's. Thus, in her heart, she naturally thought that the seductive woman Yunsheng, who had won by relying on sorcery, was simply no match for her. Li Liqing, who do you want to challenge? Duguxiu didn't find it strange that Li Liqing was the first to enter the stage. Li Liqing was impulsive and liked to be in the limelight. To put it bluntly, she was brainless. Previously, she had publicly confessed her love to Duguxiu, but Duguxiu had flatly rejected her. The person I want to challenge is her, Yun Sheng of the Celestial Fox tribe. Li Liqing shouted at Yun Sheng. After Li Liqing finished speaking, many people in the other beastmen's tent sighed. The Celestial Fox tribe, which could be considered pushovers, had one less contestant. It was such a pity that the Black Chelan tribe had taken the lead. After all, the Black Chelan tribe's tents were the closest to the stage. The Black Chelan tribe's warriors had the geographical advantage. Dugu Xiu stood at the edge of the stage. His eagle-like eyes gradually turned cold. This woman really wanted to see the world burn. Many years ago, Dugu Xiu had exchanged blows with Yun Sheng. At that time, the impression that Yun Sheng gave him was that she was unfathomable. Not only was her medical expertise shocking, she also knew the art of summoning. However, these two weren't the most fatal points of Yun Sheng. Her magic couldn't be underestimated either. Li Liqing was someone from the Black Chelan tribe. Dugu Xiu had originally wanted her to win the first round, giving the Black Chelan tribe a good start. Unfortunately, this woman had chosen an opponent that she shouldn't have chosen. Li Liqing was the daughter of an elder of the Black Chelan tribe. At this point, everyone in the Sky Harmony City knew. For a period of time, the entire public square was filled with a boiling cauldron of voices. The spectators were all supporting the expert from the Black Chelan tribe. The home ground advantage of the Black Chelan tribe was completely gone. As for Yun Sheng, this name could be considered to have some fame within the Sky Harmony City. However, the origin of this fame was more due to her performance in the Celestial Fox arena. It was unknown when it started, but there was a rumor that the reason why Yun Sheng of the Celestial Fox tribe was able to win was because she knew a sorcery. She relied on sorcery to enter the challenge round. The Black Chelan tribe revered the strong and despised those who resorted to trickery. From their point of view, the purebred Li Liqing belonged to the former, while the mixed blood of the Celestial Fox, who relied on despicable means to win, belonged to the latter. Hu Qianqiu's face was filled with a headache. This Yun Sheng was really a natural calamity star. Why did she always attract trouble wherever she went? On the other hand, Yun Sheng was natural and unrestrained. She didn't care about the cheers and walked up the arena unhurriedly. Just as she stepped onto the arena, she heard a wave of earth-shattering jeers. There were even some fruit peels, eggs, and small stones that were thrown at her. Luckily, a magic array was set up beside the arena. Those objects didn't hit Yun Sheng. However, the public square was instantly in a mess. Seeing this, Green couldn't help but stand up. Green, don't act rashly. If you help her, it will only lead to a bigger misunderstanding. The Nine Phoenix tribe leader also frowned. However, his thoughts were far more meticulous than Green's. He knew that if Green stood out now, Yun Sheng would not only bear the name of sorcery, she would also bear the name of a fickle vixen. In the Bahuang tribe competition, there is only one way to gain respect. That is to be strong enough. After the Nine Phoenix tribe leader finished speaking, he looked at Yun Sheng, who was on the arena. He hoped that this last would not disappoint him. Chapter 1343. After listening to his grandfather's words, Green had no choice but to sit back down. As for the chiefs in the other tents, they also looked at the Celestial Fox tribe's tent with a playful expression. If it were other Bakr orcs, especially the Behemoth tribe's chief Lipa, with her temper, she would definitely stand up and curse if her contestant had suffered a loss in the arena. However, the one who was humiliated this time was the Celestial Fox tribe. Would Hu Qianqiu stand up? Lu Yunshuang and the others, as well as the other contestants who disliked Yun Sheng, all looked at Hu Qianqiu in unison. They hoped that the clan leader would step forward and seek justice for their people. After all, Yun Sheng represented the Celestial Fox tribe. Hu Qianqiu was as steady as a mountain. His eyelids did not even twitch, as if he did not see anything. When the people of the Celestial Fox tribe saw this, they were also very depressed. However, that was all they could do. There were only a few people in the Celestial Fox tribe. If the chief did not say anything, even if they wanted to help, they would not be able to do much. Under such circumstances, they could only stare blankly. This is too much. Hu Qianqiu, that old fool, is as timid as a mouse. Under such circumstances, he still does not dare to offend people. Boss Featherrock, let's go up and seek justice for our master. Bobo, who was standing in the Chinese tent, witnessed this scene. Master Bobo, you can't do that. Boss Featherrock was also depressed. However, they were now warriors representing the Chinese tribe. They could not expose their identities. Before the start of the competition, Yunsheng had repeatedly warned Boss Featherrock that during the competition, he could not acknowledge her until the last moment of life and death. Yunsheng was already used to Hu Qianqiu's ostrich behavior. If Hu Qianqiu could stand up and help her at this time, it would really be a blessing for the ancestors of the celestial fox tribe. Faced with the jeering and all kinds of taunting whistles, Yunsheng knew very well that this was a trick to smear Li Liqing's reputation. They wanted to suppress her before the competition even started. Yunsheng's starry eyes flickered, and two charming dimples appeared at the corners of her mouth. That woman is in for a tragedy. Master is angry, and the consequences are severe. Bobo, who was originally filled with righteous indignation and wanted to help her master vent her anger, had a strange expression on her little face. She knew very well that every time her master showed such an expression, it meant that the other party was in for a bad time. Yunsheng suddenly let out a sharp roar. That roar shattered the magic array beside the stage. Like a demonic sound, it spread out in all directions like a rising tide. That voice seemed to have come from beyond the 9 heavens, but at the same time, it seemed to have gushed out from the ground, making it impossible to guard against. Everyone present felt their qi and blood stagnate. As for Li Liqing, who had a smug look on her face earlier, it was as if she had been slapped in the face. Her body couldn't help but tremble. She only felt that her internal organs seemed to have suffered a heavy blow. Her face instantly turned as white as paper. Celestial Fox's 7 Tails inheritance, Beast King roar. The entire audience was silent. The mocking and whistling sound from earlier had all disappeared. The patriarchs of the several beast clans who were waiting to watch a good show also had different expressions. Their mouths were wide open, enough to swallow an egg. The 9 Phoenix clan leader had a satisfied look on his face as he secretly praised in his heart. This girl was indeed not a person of the pond. She also understood that bullying the strong with the strong was the only way to survive in the Baohuang clan. The moment she went on stage, she used the 7 Tails Celestial Fox inheritance. What was that just now? What a terrifying sound. I feel like I'm going to go deaf. It seems to be that woman's voice. That kind of voice made my heart stop beating. The audience of the Black Chelan tribe, who had been jeering earlier, only woke up after a full quarter of an hour. In the square, there were nearly 5,000 people. The way they looked at Yunsheng changed from the initial contempt to fear and then confusion. Although they did not know what Yunsheng's move was, there was one thing that they could be sure of. It was definitely not some sorcery. After the Beast King roar, there was no longer anyone jeering in the square. What sorcery is that? Li Liqing took a while to calm down the churning dou qi in her body. At this moment, her chest was still faintly hurting. She had never seen such a powerful attack with just a roar. In her heart, she was even more certain that Yunsheng was using sorcery. Short-sighted. It turns out that the warriors of the number 1 Black Chelan tribe of the Baohuang clan are only SOSO. Yunsheng's face was full of contempt. Presumptuous, a lowly celestial fox bastard actually insulted the Black Chelan tribe. If I don't beat you until you can't fight back today, I'm not called Li Liqing. After Li Liqing finished speaking, the dou qi in her hand was dense and quickly condensed into a Qing Shao sword. Can't fight back? Haha, then I'll do as you wish. Before Yunsheng could finish speaking, there was a sudden roar in the sky and on the ground. Li Liqing did not have time to react. Streaks of black thorns and brown earth spikes whizzed towards Li Liqing. Those black thorns were like lightning flashing, and those earth spikes multiplied endlessly. Yunsheng actually used the dark thorns and earth spike sorcery in one go. However, no one noticed when exactly she had started chanting. Densely packed, one after another, from the sky, from the ground, and from all directions. Every single one of them was aimed at Li Liqing's blind spots. These sorceries seemed tricky, but they were not fatal. Every single one of them was aimed at Li Liqing's feet, her armor, or her hair. It forced Li Liqing to be like an ant on a hot pan. She could neither dodge nor run. She was in a very sorry state. Rather than calling this a fight, it would be more accurate to say that they were humiliating Li Liqing. However, it was this unique way of fighting that caused the expressions of the various beast tribes to change. Everyone knew that the control of sorcery was a very delicate matter, especially when Yun Sheng was able to launch such a densely packed dark thorns and earth spike sorcery in one go. Every single one of her attacks was just right. This required the sorcerer to have extraordinary control over sorcery. Furthermore, the sorcerer had to have sufficient sorcery. The leaders of the other beast tribes knew that even the elder-level sorcerers in their tribes would not be able to control sorcery to such an exquisite degree. The reason why Yun Sheng was able to do this was because she possessed a multi-elemental magic soul. At the same time, she had also cultivated the demon god transformation that the Netherworld Ghost King had imparted to her. After learning the demon god transformation, her sorcery reflexes and sorcery recovery speed had increased by a large margin compared to ordinary people. Previously, there were people who said that the Celestial Fox tribe's Yun Sheng had relied on sorcery to enter the Challenger League. After seeing this scene, who would dare to say such a thing? The good news was that the male lead would basically stick to the female lead in the future. Then, there would be unexpected benefits that would satisfy the needs of certain children. Chapter 1344. At this moment, Li Liqing also wanted to cry, but had no tears. Although she had a sharp Duqi sword in her hand, she had no way to retaliate. In the blink of an eye, she was already forced to the corner of the stage and was about to be forced off the stage. Deputy Clan Leader Dugu. As usual, leaving the stage is considered a loss. Yun Sheng had a satisfied look on her face, as if using two types of magic at the same time was very easy for her, as simple as eating and drinking. Dugu Xiu's face alternated between red and white. He had already predicted that Li Liqing would lose, but he didn't expect that Yun Sheng would use such a straightforward and violent method to make her lose. He had almost forgotten that Yun Sheng was originally a woman who loved to hold grudges, but at the same time, she was also excessively smart. That's right. Dugu Xiu spat out these two words with great difficulty. All right, Yun Sheng was straightforward. She waved the magic scepter in her hand. A dark heavenly thorn as thick as an arm pierced Li Liqing's chest. The powerful dark heavenly thorn caused Li Liqing to scream miserably as she was violently thrown off the stage. She rolled on the ground, her body covered with wounds. Her armor was completely shattered, and her entire body was char-black. The entire competition lasted for less than 15 minutes. In the square, the Black Chelan tribe's citizens were completely silent. The Bakra orcs' tents were also deathly silent. Those Bakra orcs who were regretting not being able to take the lead and pick this soft persimmon to bully were now rejoicing. Good heavens, luckily they didn't challenge that Yun Sheng. Otherwise, they really wouldn't know how they would die. Celestial Fox Tribe, Yun Sheng, 1 point. Dugu Xiu waved his hand, and two Black Chelan warriors carried Li Liqing off the stage. Just when everyone thought that the competition was over, Li Liqing, who was crawling on the ground, suddenly jumped up. I'll fight it out with you. Li Liqing was defeated by Yun Sheng, and she was utterly defeated. She was so proud and arrogant. At this moment, there was only one thought in her mind, and that was to fight it out with Yun Sheng. She arched her body like a desperate mother beast. A dagger, shining with green light, appeared in her hand as she rushed towards Yun Sheng. The dagger had long been smeared with deadly poison. TSK, I was going to let you live. Yun Sheng frowned, and the dark thorns gathered together to form a dark prison, trapping Li Liqing within. Yun Sheng, be merciful whenever possible. Dugu Xiu saw that Yun Sheng was going to kill him, so he was about to charge into the dark sky prison. The powerful dark magic fluctuations made it so that Dugu Xiu couldn't break through them for a while. If Li Liqing was killed in front of him, the Black Qilin tribe would lose a lot of face. You should save those words for the dead. Yun Sheng clenched her hand, and the dark sky prison suddenly exploded. Li Liqing's body was turned into ashes by the heavenly thorns. Only a few pieces of charred armor were left on the ground. Gasp! The sound of people gasping could be heard. Not only did this woman not give face to the deputy patriarch, she even killed Li Liqing. Dugu Xiu's face darkened as he stared at Yun Sheng. Deputy patriarch, this woman killed Li Liqing. We have to avenge her. In the Black Qilin tribe's tent, the remaining warriors were furious. Dugu Xiu was furious, but at the same time, he had a headache. Yun Sheng's actions made him not know how to pacify the emotions of the citizens and warriors. Quiet. Just when Dugu Xiu was in a difficult position, the 9 Phoenix Old Patriarch stood up and made a shushing gesture. The 9-1 Old Patriarch was the oldest among the current patriarchs of the 8 Wastelands Beast Clan. He was a person of virtue and prestige. When he spoke, the people of the Black Qilin tribe and the citizens of the city all quieted down. Yun Sheng, why didn't you stop? The 9 Phoenix Old Patriarch admired Yun Sheng's strength, but her personality was too. As the saying goes, a strong dragon can't defeat a local snake. How could she kill their people in the territory of the Black Qilin tribe? Old Patriarch, why should I stop? Don't forget, just now we were still in the arena. Fists and feet have no eyes. Who said that we can't kill? Or is it that no one has ever died in the arena of the Bahuang tribe competition? When Yun Sheng said this, everyone remembered that at the last moment, Li Liqing launched a sneak attack and jumped onto the arena. Before leaving the arena, the two of them had not admitted defeat. This match was indeed not over. As for people dying in the Bahuang tribe competition, it was indeed a common occurrence. Vice Patriarch, what Yun Sheng said just now makes sense. Everyone also saw that Li Liqing launched a sneak attack in the end. She used a dagger and even smeared poison. The tribe competition has a rule that poisonous weapons and evil techniques are prohibited. If anyone is found to have violated the rules, they will be disqualified immediately. The 9 Phoenix Old Patriarch said. Old Patriarch is right. I think that girl was just defending herself. If it was me, I would also slap her to death if I met such a junior. Patriarch Li Pa chimed in from the side. These 2 patriarchs were upright and plain-spoken people. They were disgusted by Li Liqing and the Black Qilin tribe's actions, seeing that the others were speaking in support, but the Celestial Fox tribe's patriarch, Hu Qinxiu, did not say a word. Yun Sheng despised him even more. This time, it's all Xiu's fault for not supervising properly. I've made a fool of myself. Next time, there definitely won't be a similar situation. Dugu Xiu let out a sigh of relief in his heart. Men, throw Li Liqing's corpse outside the city and feed it to the greedy wolves. Don't collect it. If anyone uses despicable methods in the tribe competition again, she will be your lesson. Just like that, Yun Sheng obtained a point. This competition shook the confidence of the other beast tribes that originally planned to make a move on the Celestial Fox tribe. Since they could not make a move on the Celestial Fox tribe, they could only make a move on the other soft persimmon Chinese. I am Tsang Yi from the Silver Rock tribe. I will be the second to challenge. A warrior from the Silver Rock tribe walked out. Who do you want to challenge? Dugu Xiu asked. Tsang Yi looked towards the Chinese tent, but for a while, he could not call out the other party's name. It was no wonder. After all, the Chinese contestants were all unknown. In the previous competition with the Bash tribe, it was said that the Chinese had only sent out 3 people. Later, when the Bash tribe's warrior and young patriarch went missing, they automatically advanced. I challenge her. Tsang Yi looked at the people in the Chinese camp. Pick me, pick me. Bobo was excited at the side. After seeing her master show off his skills, she also wanted to go up and show off her skills. However, after a long time, Tsang Yi finally pointed to a dark-skinned woman in the Chinese camp. She was pretty and had a pair of pointy ears. It was unknown what kind of beast tribe she was from. Poor guy. After seeing Tsang Yi choose the Night Demon Queen, Yun Sheng and Bo Bo both silently lit a candle for him in their hearts. Chapter 1345. Among all of Yin Sheng's magical beasts, Bo Bo was undoubtedly the most difficult to deal with. But if she fell into Bo Bo's hands, she would die at most. But if she fell into the hands of Night Demon Queen, she would rather die than live. The reason why Tsang Yi chose Night Demon Queen was that he could not feel the fluctuation of power from her body. But he did not know that Night Demon Queen was the best at hiding among all the magical beasts. Hee, little brother, you really made the right choice. I will let you never forget today. Night Demon Queen laughed like a flower. She flapped her wings. Today, she was wearing a tight-fitting leather miniskirt, revealing her perfect curves. She was also holding a leather whip in her hand, which made her look like a queen. Night Demon Queen flew to the arena and threw a coquettish glance at the audience below the arena. Immediately, there was a burst of cheers from the male animals in the arena. What's the background to this Hua woman? What a strong charm. The patriarchs of several major beast clans who were watching the battle could not help but wonder. How can a mere charm be a match for me, a rock warrior? Peng Wanli sneered. Obviously, he had some confidence in Tsang Yi's strength. Tsang Yi was not an ordinary person. He was born poor and relied on his strong, iron claws and golden hooks to reach his current position. The opponent's trick was useless against Tsang Yi. Shameless woman, this point, I will take it. Tsang Yi was not moved at all. He spat at Night Demon Queen fiercely. In the sky, a mountain-sized rock claw appeared. The claw was like a small mountain, and it grabbed towards Night Demon Queen. This claw was so powerful that even gold and stone would be crushed into powder. In the center of the arena, under the eyes of the audience, the claw suppressed Night Demon Queen. Victory! One claw determined the winner. This Tsang Yi's strength was so strong. Tsang Yi also had a look of joy on his face. But then, a strange scene happened. Under the rock claw, countless black shadows flew out. The black shadows were like butterflies. They gathered together and became Night Demon Queen again. Looking at her, she didn't look injured at all. TSK, this queen hasn't suffered a loss in a long time. Brat, you've angered me. Before Night Demon Queen was contracted by Yun Sheng, she was a bloodthirsty person. She was furious and her eyes were fierce. Suddenly, purplish-black scales appeared on her delicate face. Streaks of black chi emitted from Night Demon Queen's body. Her figure suddenly grew countless times larger, like a huge shadow that encompassed the entire arena. Demonic devour. Not good. Peng Wanli was shocked, but it was too late. Queen Night Demon let out a mournful cry. She opened her mouth and the black shadow swallowed Tsang Yi. By the time the arena regained its calm, Tsang Yi had already disappeared. There was only a bloodstain left on the arena. She ate him. That woman swallowed him whole. Although they were beasts, over the past few thousand years, the beasts of the 8 desolate continent had evolved to the point where they were almost as strong as humans. The scene of a living beast man being swallowed was a visual shock to them. After swallowing Tsang Yi, Night Demon Queen's face was full of satisfaction. Her appearance once again returned to that of a delicate guest. She threw a flirtatious glance at Duguxiu. Deputy Patriarch, you can announce the results of the competition. Chinese Night Demon, 1 point. Duguxiu frowned. Today's competition was an eye-opener for everyone. Originally, they thought that this 8 desolate tribe competition was a competition between the 3 upper beast tribes. They didn't expect that the Chinese, who suddenly emerged, also had such tyrannical strength. The 2 beast tribes, who were supposed to be the weakest, had performed well on the first day. One could imagine that after the first day of the competition, the other beast tribes would do their best to collect information on the Chinese and Celestial Fox. Chinese, 1 point. In the 2 rounds of competition, Yun Sheng of the Celestial Fox tribe and Night Demon of the Chinese have each obtained 1 point and are temporarily in the lead. Does anyone want to challenge the 3rd round of competition? Duguxiu announced the results of the competition. After 2 rounds of counterattacks by the Celestial Fox tribe and the Chinese, The other beast tribes didn't dare to find trouble with the Celestial Fox tribe and the Chinese. The following challenges on the first day seemed to be much more ordinary. The Celestial Fox tribe and the Chinese suddenly turned from a popular soft persimmon to a smelly stone in the latrine pit. No one dared to challenge them anymore. In the remaining rounds of competition, a warrior of the Beaming tribe challenged a warrior of the Green Netherwolf tribe. The Beaming tribe obtained 1 point. A warrior of the Nine Phoenix tribe challenged a warrior of the Black Shielan tribe. After more than an hour of stalemate, the two sides finally exhausted their strength and had to end in a draw. After the first day, on the final ranking of the Beast tribes, the Celestial Fox tribe, the Chinese, the Beaming tribe, and the D tribe obtained 1 point each and were temporarily in the lead. As soon as the first day of competition ended, Dugu Xiu looked solemn and left with a few elders of the Black Shielan tribe. The leaders of the other beast tribes looked at the people of the Celestial Fox tribe and the Chinese cautiously and left without saying goodbye. Yin Sheng, you stole the limelight today. I'll definitely surpass you tomorrow. Yu Sheng walked past Yun Sheng and glared at her. Compared to the temporary lead of the Celestial Fox tribe, Yun Sheng didn't care about Yu Sheng's provocation. No matter how well they performed in the competition, the winner would be decided in the core competition. When the people of the Celestial Fox tribe left the square, Yun Sheng purposely walked behind them. At this moment, the street in front of them was noisy. The sound of hooves was endless. The majestic Black Shielan tribe was escorting a team and walking over. Seeing the Black Shielan tribe's team, the crowd spontaneously moved aside. Clearly, they respected this team very much. Yin Sheng didn't want to join in the fun, but at this moment, a few young men beside her suddenly shouted. It's the young tribe leader, He Lin Lin. Miss He Lin Lin is still as beautiful as before. If I can marry a wife like her, I'll have no regrets in this life. Dream on. How could the young tribe leader like a toad like you? In my opinion, the young tribe leader and the vice tribe leader are quite compatible. But I heard that the vice tribe leader and the young tribe leader don't have a good relationship. They don't like each other. Besides, the two of them are biological siblings. Just by listening to the crowd's discussion, Yun Sheng knew that He Lin Lin had a high status in the city. He Lin Lin had just returned from the city. No wonder she didn't see her at the Bahuang tribe competition today. Now wasn't the time to fight with He Lin Lin. Yin Sheng lowered her head and blended into the crowd to avoid being discovered by He Lin Lin. She prepared to leave quickly. Chapter 1346. Just as Yin Sheng was about to blend into the crowd, she heard another cry. Who is that man beside young chief? How come I've never seen him before? A certain male passerby was clearly He Lin Lin's admirer. His mouth was full of jealousy. He Lin Lin was a famous iceberg beauty in the Black Shielan tribe. Since she was young, she had chased away countless admirers. Aside from Patriarch He Yao and a few elders, she had never had an extra man by her side. Isn't that so? That young master is really handsome. I think he's even more handsome than Vice Chief. I heard he's from Beast God Altar. Otherwise, why would young Chief personally welcome him? A certain female passerby said with infatuation. Who said so? It's clearly Vice Chief who's more handsome. A certain female passerby was clearly Dugu Xiu's fanatic fan. Beast God Altar. Yin Sheng's eyebrows jumped as she thought of something. When Yi Baiming left the underworld, didn't he leave with Beast God Altar's second priest, Shun Jizi? Yin Sheng couldn't help but be curious. She raised her head and looked over. At this time, He Lin Lin and Beast God Altar's group had already walked past. Yin Sheng passed through the crowd and could only see a few figures. However, just the sight of his back was enough to make Yin Sheng's breathing stop instantly. Night Fox. She stared blankly at the man who walked shoulder to shoulder with He Lin Lin. She definitely wasn't mistaken. That was Yi Baiming. Why did he become a member of Beast God Altar? Why did he walk together with He Lin Lin? There were thousands of questions in her heart. Yin Sheng had an impulse to immediately rush out of the crowd and stop Yi Baiming to question him. But her reason quickly won over her impulse. He Linlin walked shoulder to shoulder with Yi Biming as she questioned Yi Biming. Yi Biming, what are you thinking? Do you really want to go against Black Qilin tribe and father? Yi Biming did not say a word. Suddenly, he seemed to sense something. He turned around in the direction of the cemetery. On the street, there were many excited faces. He did not recognize any of them. Hey Linlin, there's no need for me to explain so much to you. I've never admitted that I'm a member of the Black Qilin tribe. Yi Biming said no more. Hey Linlin wanted to say something, but the convoy had already arrived before the Qilin Palace. Dugu Xiao and a group of elders had already received the news and were waiting before the Qilin Palace. Dugu Xiao immediately saw Yi Biming in the crowd. When he saw Yi Biming, Dugu Xiao's expression changed. Why was he here? Furthermore, he had come to the Black Qilin tribe as a member of the beast god Altar. Yi Biming was the person that Dugu Xiao hated the most in his life. At the same time, he was also his greatest rival. Even in his dreams, Dugu Xiao wanted to have a showdown with him and personally take back everything that originally belonged to him. Almost at the same time, Dugu Xiao thought of a person. Yinsheng. Yi Biming had come. Did Yinsheng know? If the two of them were to meet again, Dugu Xiao's hands were tightly clenched together. His heart was incomparably conflicted. Young patriarch, please avenge my daughter. Just as He Linlin and Dugu Xiao had their own thoughts, an elder standing behind Dugu Xiao took advantage of Dugu Xiao's absent-mindedness to rush in front of He Linlin. He was crying in pain. Elderly, what are you doing? He Linlin's expression was unhappy. She rolled her eyes at Dugu Xiao. The people from the beast god Altar had just arrived, and Elderly was crying in front of them. This was simply throwing away the face of the Black Qilin tribe. How did Dugu Xiao manage things? Young patriarch, Li Qing, is dead. I only had one daughter. She died in the hands of that witch from the Celestial Fox tribe. Young patriarch, you must seek justice for me. Elder Li's tears and snot were all over his face. He believed that he was also an elder of the Black Qilin tribe. In Sky Harmony City, he could be said to be able to cause the entire city to tremble with a stomp of his feet. Who would have thought that this time he would fail miserably? His daughter was killed by an unknown junior from the Celestial Fox tribe. Not only that, the Vice Patriarch Dugu Xiao even threw his daughter's corpse into the wilderness. He didn't even have the chance to collect the corpse. What? Lost to the Celestial Fox tribe? Was it done by Hu Linglong? He Linlin's expression was extremely fascinating. In her eyes, she had never placed the weak Celestial Fox tribe in her eyes. In her opinion, the only person from the Celestial Fox tribe who could stand on the stage should be Hu Linglong. No, she lost to a lowly Celestial Fox called Yunsheng. Elder Li's words were filled with hatred as he reported the name of the enemy who killed his daughter. Yunsheng. When they heard this unfamiliar name, the bystanders felt that it was somewhat unfamiliar. When did a young expert called Yunsheng appear on the continent? Shut up. We will discuss this matter at length. He Linlin, whose face was originally filled with hatred, turned pale when she heard those two words. Yunsheng. It was actually Yunsheng. This haunting name. She had almost forgotten that that lowly Yunsheng was the Celestial Fox. He Linlin didn't know if Yi Biming had heard that name. So what if he had heard it? Yunsheng, you actually dared to come to the 8 Desolates continent and even participate in the 8 Desolates tribe competition. Recalling the previous time when she competed with Yunsheng, He Linlin still felt her teeth itching. However, a few years had passed. He Linlin firmly believed that if she were to meet Yunsheng again, the other party would definitely not be her opponent. Priests, I am truly sorry for making a fool of myself. I have already ordered people to tidy up the Qilin Palace. For the next few days, please have a good rest in the Qilin Palace. I will personally arrange for the core competition. He Linlin forced a smile. After the people from the beast god Altar entered the Qilin Palace, He Linlin's expression changed. Dugu Xiao, what exactly is going on? Why is that lowly Yunsheng in the Celestial Fox tribe? You already knew about it, didn't you? You actually kept it from me? When she thought that Yunsheng was actually in her territory while she was kept in the dark, He Linlin was filled with hatred. That damn Dugu Xiao. He already knew that Yunsheng was in the Celestial Fox tribe. That was why he used his official position for personal gain and arranged for the people from the Celestial Fox tribe to stay in the Duga residence. If it wasn't for Elder Lee's tearful complaint today, she was afraid that she wouldn't know about it until the core competition. Hey Lin Lin, I should be the one asking you this. Why is Yi biming together with the people from the Beast God altar? Moreover, he is representing the Beast God altar in the competition. If Lord Father knew about this, I'm afraid. Dugu Xiu sneered. Hey Lin Lin also hesitated. If Lord Father knew that Yi Biming had decided to betray the Black Chelan tribe and represent the Beast God altar in the competition, he would definitely use all methods to kill him. Dugu Xiu, I know that you have always seen Yi Biming as a thorn in your side. However, don't even think about making a move at this time. Before the core competition, you are not allowed to make a move against him. I will also not make a move against that lowly Yun Shang. After weighing the pros and cons, He Linlin decided to make peace with Dugu Xiu for the time being. They would work together to prevent Yun Shang and Yi Biming from meeting. Chapter 1347. The Bahuang tribe competition was a competition held once every 10 years in the Bahuang continent. On the surface, it looked like it was held by the various beast clans for their respective territories and the rankings of the upper, middle, and lower beast clans. However, in reality, it had a deeper meaning. As long as one was in the top 3 of the Bahuang tribe competition, they would be seen as the future successor of the beast clan. Over the past 1,000 years, this rule had become an unchangeable rule. Even if they could not become the clan leader, the top 3 contestants would become elders in their clans. In their own beast clan, they would have prestige that was not inferior to the clan leader. He Linlin had also considered this point. All along, He Linlin had been brooding over the matter of her father bringing Dugu Xiu back to the Bahuang continent and promoting him to the position of vice clan leader. However, her father's decision could not be swayed. However, He Linlin could not accept it no matter what. Dugu Xiu was the same as her, a contender for the position of clan leader. She would rather let Yi Biming become the clan leader. However, it was a pity that Yi Biming was born with a rebellious nature. Her father, He Yao, and Yi Biming had already broken off their relationship. He Yao had even threatened that he would personally deal with Yi Biming, this unfilial son. If Yi Biming participated in the core competition and shocked everyone in the core competition, even if her father wanted to settle the score with Yi Biming, he would have to give up on account of the Beast God altar and the other beast clans. Yi Biming was now the last disciple of the Beast God altar's high priest. This identity actually had its benefits. He Linlin had already made her wishful thinking. If Yi Biming was really in the top 3, she could use the opportunity of her marriage with Yi Biming to bring the Black Chelan tribe and the Beast God altar one step closer. At that time, the Black Chelan tribe and the Beast God altar would undoubtedly dominate the entire Bahuang continent. How could Dugu Xiu not know He Linlin's thoughts? However, Dugu Xiu's thoughts were similar to He Linlin's. Both of them viewed the core competition of the Bahuang clan competition as extremely important. Alright, we'll agree on that then. However, this agreement will only last until the core competition. I won't let that kid off in the core competition. Dugu Xiu had already decided to fight to the death with Yi Biming. The grudges between the two of them had been going on for so many years. It was time for them to come to an end. Don't worry. In the core competition, I won't let that bitch surnamed Yin go. He Linlin's eyes were cold, and she left in a huff. Dugu Xiu took a few steps forward. A person walked out of the bushes in front of them. High Priestess. When Dugu Xiu and He Linlin were talking, they didn't notice that there was someone nearby. Deputy Patriarch, there's no need to be nervous. I heard everything you said just now. I'm not your enemy. Deputy Patriarch, I came to find you today because I want to cooperate with you. The High Priestess's face was covered by her robe, making it difficult for others to see her appearance clearly. Dugu Xiu paid attention to his surroundings. After confirming that the people around him were his people, he walked towards the High Priestess. In the Bahuang continent, there were very few people who could make Dugu Xiu wary. Other than the patriarchs of the 8 major beast tribes, the high priestess of the beast god Altar was one of them. For some reason, when he approached the high priestess of the beast god Altar, he had the illusion that he was being seen through. This made the conceited Dugu Xiao feel very uncomfortable. Moreover, the high priestess had accepted Yi Baiming as her last disciple, and now she wanted to cooperate with him. Dugu Xiao didn't trust her at all, not to mention betraying the Black Qilin tribe and cooperating with her. High Priestess, I have no intention of cooperating with you. You should know that He Yao is my father. I won't betray him. Dugu Xiao decisively rejected the High Priestess. He didn't say anything else and prepared to leave the Qilin Palace. He had stayed in the Qilin Palace for long enough. When Yi Baiming arrived at the Sky Harmony City, Dugu Xiao became nervous. Deputy Patriarch, I can help you with something. Have you always wanted to know how to break the curse of the ancient Qilin? The High Priestess asked in a loud voice. Dugu Xiao originally planned to remain unmoved no matter what the High Priestess proposed. However, the words of the High Priestess caused Dugu Xiao to stop in his tracks. The curse of the ancient Qilin? Dugu Xiao's heart trembled heavily. What did you say? You know how to break the curse of the ancient Qilin? To Dugu Xiao, power and strength were the 2 goals he pursued in life. However, if there was anything that could be compared to these 2 things, it would be a woman. A woman who could stand shoulder to shoulder with him and laugh proudly in the boundless continent and 8 desolates continent. From Dugu Xiao's point of view, Yi Baiming wasn't the key to obstructing him and Yunsheng. The ancient Qilin curse was the key. One of the reasons he followed He Yao back was because he wanted to find traces of the ancient Qilin tribe's ancient records. However, he couldn't find a way to break the curse even after searching through all the records. Even so, Dugu Xiao had already made up his mind. Even if he couldn't break the curse, he would still trap Yunsheng by his side. Now that he had a way to break the curse, wouldn't it be even more satisfying? Impossible. Even the history books of the Black Qilin tribe have no records of this. You aren't even a member of the Black Qilin tribe. How would you know? Dugu Xiao still didn't believe it. Deputy Patriarch, as the High Priest of the Beast God Altar, I won't lie to you. In order to show my sincerity, I can tell you the way to break the curse. The High Priest walked forward and whispered in Dugu Xiao's ear. After hearing the High Priest's words, Dugu Xiao's face was filled with shock. Is this true? Deputy Patriarch, you can try to see if the way to break the curse is true or false. I've only told you this method. Even Yi Baiming doesn't know about it. After the High Priest finished speaking, he looked at Dugu Xiao meaningfully and left with a big smile. Dugu Xiao stood on the spot as the High Priest's words kept echoing in his mind. After a long time, Dugu Xiao suddenly turned around and left the Qilin Palace. In the Dugu mansion, Yunsheng seemed to be a little absent-minded. These few days, in order to make it more convenient for the Chinese race competition, Bo temporarily moved in with Night Demon Queen and the others. Yunsheng guarded the empty room alone and seemed especially lonely. Thinking of the situation on the street during the day, Yunsheng couldn't help but sigh. Night Fox, what exactly happened? Why did you suddenly walk together with the people of the Beast God Altar and He Linlin? Thinking of He Linlin sticking to Yi Baiming like a dog's skin plaster, Yunsheng felt uncomfortable. Damn Night Fox. He made her worried for several months. If I meet him, I'll definitely teach him a good lesson. Yunsheng thought angrily. Just as she extinguished the magic array and was about to go to sleep, a strange feeling suddenly came over her. Who is it? Yunsheng was alerted and pulled out her magic scepter. Just as Yunsheng was about to chant, a pair of hands came from behind and hugged her tightly. Asya, who do you think is behind Night Attack? Chapter 1348. After coming to the 8 Wastelands continent, Yunsheng came into contact with some things that she had never come into contact with in the Boundless Continent. The Power of Faith and the Statue of Faith were 2 of them. Yunsheng could feel that the 8 Wastelands continent was different from the Boundless Continent. It was very likely that some people from the Divine World had already stepped into this place. These people might have left behind items from the divine world in different places in the 8 Wastelands continent. However, why would the beast god Altar also have a statue of faith? Could it be that the beast god Altar was colluding with the beast king? However, when Yi Baiming took out the statue, Yun Sheng realized that the statue that the high priest gave Yi Baiming was not a statue of faith. This statue was very small. Using Shun Nong's eye to check, there was no conversion magic array inside. It looked like a very ordinary clay statue. If it was not a statue of faith, why would the high priest go through so much trouble to get Yi Baiming to put it in the Qilin Holy Land? What kind of medicine was the high priest selling in his gourd? Then, does the high priest really know how to remove the ancient forbidden spell? If Yun Sheng and Yi Baiming wanted to be together, they had to remove the forbidden spell. There's no need for him to lie to me. I'll get the answer after the 8 Wastelands clan competition ends. Yi Baiming was not very sure about this. However, as long as there was a glimmer of hope, he would not give up. Night Fox, if the ancient forbidden spell can't be removed, what should we do? Yun Sheng asked bitterly. She had actually thought of this question many times. Even her mother, Hu Jiuxing, and father, Yun Songhai, had asked Yun Sheng this question. Then let's die. It's still romantic to die under a peony. I'll die in your body. Yi Baiming blew into Yun Sheng's ear flirtatiously. Yun Sheng was embarrassed and angry. She punched Yi Baiming's shoulder heavily. The latter cried out, scaring Yun Sheng so much that her face turned pale. She leaned forward with a nervous expression. Assassin. Outside the room, there was a flurry of footsteps as a large number of guards ran into the courtyard. Yun Sheng gave Yi Baiming a push. Let's go quickly. If we're discovered, we'll be in trouble. This was Dugu Xiu's territory. If the two of them met, who knew what would happen? Yun Sheng did not know that Yi Baiming had already met Dugu Xiu. See you tomorrow. Yi Baiming kissed the tip of Yun Sheng's nose lightly and then disappeared. This man came and went without a trace. Yun Sheng and Yi Baiming had only met for a short time, but she realized that Yi Baiming's appearance this time was a little different from before. This man's cultivation, well, that guy's talent was very monstrous. Touching her slightly swollen lips, Yun Sheng's face was still a bit blushed. It seemed that tonight was destined to be a sleepless night. Yun Sheng's ears were burning. She covered her head with the quilt, but her mind was still in a mess. Inside the Dugu residence, the guards were constantly shuttling back and forth. When Yi Baiming crossed the Dugu residence's wall and disappeared into the night, a black figure stood in the corner. The man's fingers were clenched into fists, and his knuckles turned white. His eyes were overcast, as if they were going to swallow everything in the next second. Yi Baiming. Dugu Xiu had already guessed that with Yi Baiming's temper, after knowing that Yun Sheng was in the Dugu residence, he would definitely not let the matter rest. Only the heavens knew how much pain he had felt when he saw Yi Baiming leave through the window and Yun Sheng's blushing and intoxicated face. However, so what if they loved each other? To Yi Baiming, Yun Sheng was a piece of fat meat in his mouth. As long as he didn't know that secret, he wouldn't be able to touch Yun Sheng even if he died. When he thought of this, the high priest's words echoed in Dugu Xiu's ears. Deputy Patriarch, the Qilin ancient forbidden curse isn't incurable. The way to break it is very simple. The forbidden curse is only effective on the Black Qilin and Celestial Fox couples who have intercourse for the first time. The high priest's words were very obscure, but Dugu Xiu understood. The ancient forbidden curse was only effective on the Qilin and Celestial Fox couples who had intercourse for the first time. This meant that as long as he hugged another Celestial Fox woman before he had Yun Sheng, the ancient forbidden curse wouldn't have any effect on him in the future. However, the Celestial Fox woman who had been possessed wasn't so lucky. Only death awaited her. Celestial Fox woman. Dugu Xiu's gaze sharpened. His gaze landed on a certain part of the Dugu residence. Dugu Xiu walked towards the residence's garden. The Dugu residence's garden was very large. There were many pavilions and terraces inside. There was also a small, gurgling river that went around several fake mountains. Dugashio walked in front of one of the fake mountains. His hand touched a protruding rock. The rock retracted, and a door appeared on the fake mountain. Dugashio walked in. There was actually a secret room inside the fake mountain. The room's furnishings were quite neat. There was a magic cage at the bottom of the room. Hu Linglong was locked in the magic cage. She had been imprisoned here ever since Dugashio brought her back. Dugashio, you lunatic. Let me go quickly. My father won't let you off. Hu Linglong had been locked up inside for almost half a month. Every day, Dugashio would only order a blind and mute servant to deliver the least amount of water and food. As the daughter of the Celestial Fox tribe's deputy patriarch, when had Hu Linglong suffered like this? Your father. Even the Celestial Fox people's chief, Hu Chinchio, is a coward, let alone your father. Do you think that the deputy patriarch of the Celestial Fox tribe is more powerful than me? Dugashio mocked. This woman had the same face as Yunsheng. She couldn't even compare to a toe of Yunsheng. Patriarch, the Bahuang clan competition has begun. Is my father here, too? Hu Linglong's eyes lit up. However, she immediately thought that with her current identity, it was absolutely impossible for her to return to the Celestial Fox tribe. Yu Shang and the Great Witch Doctor were probably looking for her everywhere. Once she showed her face, only death would await her. In comparison, this magic cage was still safe. Is Green here as well? You promised me that as long as Lu came, you would let me seduce him. Hu Linglong's face was red. Dugashio's purpose of keeping her was very simple. He wanted to use her to sow discord between the Nine Yuan tribe and the Celestial Fox tribe. He said that as long as she could seduce Lu, not only would he let her go, but he would also help her and Lu get married. Humph, do you think that with your little tricks, you can seduce the young patriarch of the Nine Yuan tribe? You and Yunsheng can't be compared at all. Dugashio did have such thoughts, but he had changed his mind. He thought of a way to better use Hu Linglong and get rid of the thorn in his side at the same time. Chapter 1349. What? You want me to seduce other men? Hu Linglong was so frightened that her face turned pale. She shook her head desperately. Although she was born in the Celestial Fox tribe and had indeed seduced many wild men with her young beauty, those were merely superficial skills. She had never had a relationship with a man. Dugashio had promised to let her be with Green. Only then did she reluctantly agree to cooperate with his plan. However, he actually wanted her to sleep with someone like a shameless slut. Hu Linglong would definitely not agree to it. I only want Green. I'm not interested in anyone else. Hu Linglong bit her lips. If I were to tell you that the person I want you to accompany is Yunsheng's man, and that man's appearance, status, and strength are not inferior to Yunsheng's, would you change your mind? Dugashio sneered. He had already seen through Hu Linglong. She said that she was infatuated with Green, but to put it bluntly, she was only interested in Green's identity and status. Hu Linglong's heart skipped a beat. Yunsheng's man? Did she hear wrongly? Hu Linglong did have a good impression of Green. However, it was just as Dugashio said. As long as it was a good-looking man with power, she would be happy to seduce him. It was just like when she first met Dugashio. She had also attempted to seduce him. However, Dugashio's cruelty and coldness made Hu Linglong timid. You don't have to lie to me. In this continent, other than you and D-Clan Z, who else can compare to Green? Hu Linglong's voice had already weakened. Her eyes were also flickering. This meant that she had already begun to waver. Dugashio and Z were not people that Hu Linglong could provoke. Therefore, Hu Linglong did not dare to have any thoughts. That person is the last disciple of Beast God, Altar's High Priest. His name is Yi Baiming. He also has another identity. He is Yunsheng's husband. The two of them got married in the Boundless Continent. However, due to certain reasons, they have yet to consummate their marriage. Think about it. If you can snatch Yunsheng's man right in front of her, how would she react? Dugashio's words made Hu Linglong's heart itch even more. What a good Yunsheng. It turned out that she was a married woman, but she still dared to seduce Green. However, If the other party was really the last disciple of the beast god Alter's high priest, his identity would be different, especially when she thought about how she could hold onto Yun Sheng's man and show off in front of her. Hu Linglong wavered even more. But I've never seen that man before. You said that I'm completely different from Yun Sheng. I'm afraid he won't fall for it. Hu Linglong already believed Dugu Xiu's words. You don't need to worry about this. I naturally have a way to make you sleep with Yi Baiming. Tomorrow night, I will think of a way to get Yi Baiming to come over. Remember, don't try any tricks. Otherwise, I guarantee that you, your father, and your family will all die miserably. After saying that, Dugu Xiu turned around and left. Hu Linglong had a frightened expression on her face. Damn Dugu Xiu. Wait until I really hook up with the last disciple of the High Priestess. Then, the first person I'll kill will be you. After a long while, she used her hand to rub her heaving chest and spat out these words. After leaving the rockery, a meaningful smile appeared on Dugu Xiu's face. The instant he found out about the method to remove the ancient era's forbidden curse, he had thought of using Hu Linglong to remove the forbidden curse on his body. However, he immediately thought of an even better idea. That was to have Hu Linglong pretend to be Yun Sheng and deceive Yi Baiming. Dugu Xiu remembered that Yun Sheng had once said that the man she wanted was someone who could only be with her for the rest of her life. Even now, Dugu Xiu still believed that the reason why Yun Sheng did not choose him back then was because he was already married and had a child. However, if Yi Baiming also had a relationship with another woman, and that woman was Hu Linglong, whom Yun Sheng hated, then everything would be different. As the saying goes, love is love. The Yun Sheng that Dugu Xiu knew was a person who made a clear distinction between love and hate. When the time came, he would bring Yun Sheng to catch Yi Baiming committing adultery with her own eyes. She would probably hate Yi Baiming to the core when she saw the two of them having an affair. Dugu Xiu could also make use of Yi Baiming to verify whether the high priest method to remove the forbidden curse was really feasible. Celestial fox women were everywhere. He could just grab one of them. A mere Hu Linglong could sow discord between Yun Sheng and Yi Baiming. At the same time, she could also remove the ancient era's forbidden curse. This was a good idea that could kill two birds with one stone. When he thought of this, Dugu Xiu could not wait for tomorrow to come early. On the second day of the challenge, Yun Sheng, who was reunited with Yi Baiming, was in high spirits. She could not help but smile. This made Lu Yunchuang feel very strange. Yun Sheng, you seem to be in a particularly good mood today? Lu Yunchuang wondered. You only won 1 point. What's there to be proud of? Yu Shang watched from the side and sneered. It's better than someone who didn't get a single point. Yin Sheng glanced at Yu Shang. Yu Shang had indeed kept a low profile in this challenge. If it had been someone else, it might have been understandable. However, it was Yu Shang. Something was not right. After today, you'll know that I'll be the first person to enter the core competition. Yu Shang glanced at Yun Sheng contemptuously. That woman is so weird. She's been missing for the past few nights. She seems to be up to something. Lu Yunchuang was unlucky enough to be in the same room as Yu Shang. The two of them did not like each other to begin with. They only treated each other as heir out of respect for the tribe leader. However, Yu Shang had been out for the past few nights. Lu Yunchuang suspected that she was up to no good. Don't worry. The Bahuang tribe has many eyes and ears. No matter how capable Yu Shang is, she won't be able to pull any tricks. Yun Sheng and Lu Yunchuang walked into Celestial Fox's tent. At that moment, they both noticed that there was another tent near the Black Qilin tribe's tent near the arena. The tent was not there yesterday, but it had been hastily set up early this morning. I heard that the people from the beast god Altar came yesterday. The high priest of the beast god Altar brought his new last disciple to participate in the core competition. Hu Qinxiu had many eyes and ears. He already knew that the beast god Altar had come as well. That's troublesome. If the people from the beast god Altar are here, the difficulty of the core competition will increase again. The warriors of the Celestial Fox tribe complained. Beast god Altar? Yu Shang was still unfamiliar with this name. In the era she lived in, the beast god Altar had not yet risen to prominence. The other beast tribes had also received the news and were now in heated discussion. At that moment, He Linlin and a few people from the beast god altar walked over. Chapter 1350. As soon as the beast god altar appeared, it attracted a lot of attention. This was especially true for the patriarchs of several major beast races. They were somewhat wary of the elusive high priest. The 9 Phoenix Patriarch, the D-Clan Patriarch, and several other upper beast race patriarchs also came forward to greet him. Several thousand pairs of eyes immediately turned to look at the newcomer. It was rare to see someone from the beast god altar. Moreover, young Patriarch He Linlin was personally receiving him. Duguxiu could only accompany him. Unfortunately, this famous high priest wore a black and gold robe that trailed the ground. It was impossible to see his face or silhouette under the robe. Behind him were 2 older elders. They appeared to be priests of the beast god altar. Among them was Shunjizi, whom Yun Sheng recognized. Behind Shunjizi and the others were 2 men and a woman. These people should be the ones sent by the beast god altar to participate in the core competition. The beast god altar's status in the 8 desolate continent was equal to the Black Chelan tribe of the upper beast races. Their elite disciples were comparable to the seed contestants of the upper beast races. Among the 2 men and 1 woman, with just a glance, everyone's attention was drawn to the man at the front. This was a man as handsome as a god. He was tall, had black eyes, black hair, and was dressed in simple black clothes. He was very low-key, but the more he was so, the more people couldn't tear their eyes away from him. With him, as a contrast, no one noticed who else was following behind the high priest. There was a kind of person in this world who was destined to be extraordinary. Even if they didn't say a word, it was enough to steal everyone's breath away. He Linlin and Duguxiu were also dazzling like diamonds. But compared to this man, they were slightly inferior. It's him. In the Celestial Fox tribe's tent, Yushang couldn't help but stand up. She looked at Yi Baiming as if she was drunk. Her eyes were almost delirious. They were too similar. Those sculpted eyebrows, those sexy lips, and that attitude of not putting anyone or anything in his eyes. This man was too similar to the Black Chelan Wang Yexiu. It's him. It must be him. When Yushang was resurrected, she felt Yi Xiu's aura reappear. She had always asked the great witch doctor to search for her in secret. Especially after they had arrived at Sky Harmony City, the great witch doctor had already started a thorough search in the Black Chelan tribal nation. However, there was no news of Yi Xiu. Unexpectedly, he wasn't in the Black Chelan tribal nation, but at the beast god altar. Yushang was certain that the man was Yi Xiu's reincarnation. Yushang felt like her heart was about to jump out her chest. However, she tried her best to put on a nonchalant look on her face. That person is the last disciple of the high priest. From the looks of it, his strength seems to be very ordinary. A male lead warrior from the Celestial Fox tribe said with jealousy. You just saying that grapes are sour because you can't eat them. Didn't you say earlier that the woman's strength was ordinary? In my opinion, that man is very strong. It seems that there will be competition for the top 3 this year. Several female warriors of the Celestial Fox tribe said with admiration. The woman that the Celestial Fox warriors were talking about was Yun Sheng. Yun Sheng had been ostracized for a long time. This situation had changed slightly in recent days after she defeated her opponents again and displayed extraordinary strength. However, the Celestial Fox warriors still couldn't help but envy her. After the female warriors said this, the tribal leader, Hu Qinxiu, finally snapped out of his daze. When they said this, Hu Qinxiu suddenly remembered that this so-called last disciple of the high priest was indeed very similar to a certain person. That's right, this man gave off a very similar feeling to Yun Sheng. Both of them did not reveal their talents. Hu Qinxiu glanced suspiciously at Yun Sheng beside him. While everyone was fervently discussing the arrival of the beast god altar, Yun Sheng and Lu Yunshuang were discussing today's competition. Lu Yunshuang had not even fought a single match, so her points were a little awkward. She had to think of a way to break through the situation of 0 points as soon as possible. In terms of appearance, Yun Sheng and that man were both dazzlingly handsome and beautiful. However, there were no fluctuations of magic power or fighting aura on either of them. Moreover, the first impression that these two people gave off was that they were like dusty pearls. Hu Qinqiu's eyes suddenly lit up. He suddenly realized that Yun Sheng could very well be the turning point for the rise of the Celestial Fox tribe. Hu Qinqiu hesitated, considering whether to ask Yun Sheng if she knew the last disciple of the high priest. Unexpectedly, before Hu Qinqiu could ask, Yi Baiming had already looked over. Separated by the arena and the tents of the other beast tribes, his gaze was so focused that it was eye-catching. He Linlin, Dugu Xiu, and even Greenleaf and the Nine Yuan tribe's tent noticed Yi Baiming's gaze. It was the kind of gaze that only a man would have for the woman he loved. Yi Baiming's gaze was too direct and too passionate. Even the icy Lu Yunshuang noticed it. Yun Sheng, that person seems to be looking at you? Lu Yunshuang glanced at Yun Sheng. Yun Sheng looked embarrassed and cursed in her heart. That damned Yi Baiming. Didn't she say long ago that they should not acknowledge each other in public? However, if Yun Sheng did not respond, that guy might continue to stare and turn into a wife-gazing rock. Left with no choice, Yun Sheng could only raise her head and roll her eyes at Yi Baiming. There was a hint of shyness in that gaze. She looked exactly like a little woman in love. The corners of Yi Baiming's lips curled up when he saw Yunxing's expression, revealing a devilish smile. Yi Baiming's smile immediately shattered the hearts of the young girls and women on the ground, including Yu Shang and He Linlin. Dugu Xiu and Green also noticed Yun Sheng's shy and somewhat resentful expression. In the eyes of outsiders, these two people actually dared to openly flirt with each other in a large-scale competition like the Bahuang tribe competition. Green's expression tensed up. He looked at Yun Sheng and then at Z. He also recognized Yi Baiming. It was that man. He had met the man on the boundless continent. Why would he appear here? And as a member of the beast god Altar, Green's gaze suddenly turned sharp. In his eyes, a terrifying storm was brewing. Z of the D tribe watched from the side and frowned. Green and Z had been good friends since they were young. He knew his good friend the best. Green had never been moved by a woman. Yun Sheng could be considered his first love, but this woman was actually involved with another man. He had never liked the women of the Celestial Fox tribe. He thought that the women of the Celestial Fox tribe were too enchanting. He had thought that Yun Sheng would be better, who knew that she was no different from the other women of the Celestial Fox tribe. Purple looked at Yun Sheng with dissatisfaction. He turned sideways and whispered a few words to a warrior of the D clan beside him. The warrior listened and nodded. You're tuning into the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.